cursed to live a life stuck between man and monster. Dinosaur Man is a stranger in a strange land, filled with danger and excitement. Fighting the beast within to become a hero is no easy task. Joining him on his quest is Spaz, a cute and cunning cat person, and the beautiful Telexis, a warrior slave girl with a troubled story of her own. A cavalcade of odd, alluring, and downright evil characters awaits our heroes. Read the webtoon today on these fine platforms. You and your kids will love it.
Educated guess, I'd say that man is alive.
The lords of the underworld await. You will clash steel upon bone, blood upon rotten flesh, and fill this void with light. You must answer this call, Husk. You will be the one that will finally kill them dead.
Come with me, see what I see. The terrible worlds that lie between. The realm observed and the realms unseen, where the dark things live while you dream. Unconditional Shove, the new horror sci-fi graphic novel anthology series. Featuring 2 stories and over 80 pages of compelling, action-packed, terrifying fun. Unconditional Shove Volume 1. A graphic novel for all you lovers of the strange, macabre, and creepy things that we all know exist in the shadows of our universe. Unconditional Shove. Back it today on Indiegogo.
The brave hero conquers the diabolical villain and rescues the damsel in distress. But this is real life, and in real life,
Stories don't always have happy endings. Frog G. The story of a man turned into a frog by a voodoo priestess sent on a mission to kill a god by death itself. Now our hero must roam the underworld to regain his humanity and win back the woman he loves.
Swift, fearless, deadly. These are the men of the Military Assistance Command. They do the jobs the others don't dare to. Trained in the lethal arts. You'll never see them coming. But if you're lucky, you might just hear them rocking. Now, to regain their freedom, they have to take out the assassin clan that made them the Rock and Roll Ninja. Get your copy today.
Those who have seen your face draw back in fear. what's up, everybody? Welcome to the art department where we do live art every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for tuning in. That intro is starting to get a little bit long now. But we're going to talk about some of the books. We're going to check out fundmycomic.com before we get started. But before we do all that, excuse the mess back there. Rearranging everything, getting a new entertainment center. So excuse that, but we don't have to excuse our first guest, and right now he's the only guest. So let's bring him on, Mr. MERCmaid himself, Eric Hodson. How you doing, bud?
Hey, how's it going? Good to be back with you.
Yeah, that is. Let's talk about that little piece but that awesome piece that you're working on right now.
Yeah, so with the MERCmaid campaign, it's a 60-page book. 5 of those pages are being drawn traditionally. And so here is this one here that I'm working on. Full Copic marker render, black and white. I'm doing all the tones and stuff. And yeah, so if you back the campaign and you back the original art tier, this is the first page that will be dropping.
Oh, wow. That is amazing, man. Wow. That is great.
Thank you.
And we're going to go ahead. I have that here. We'll pull that page up on Fund My Comic and let's talk about it a little bit. Let's get that going right here. All right.
Where we are.
So it's you, and who else is working on the book, Eric?
Well, it's written by the fabulous Piper's Adventure. And of course, we have to talk about Pixel Trader, our good friend, Shitpost Master, who started the whole ball rolling. Mm-hmm. And then the colors are done by Federico Sico, I think so. Psycho. Okay. He was with me on American Bliss, and his colors looked great on my lines, and I'm happy to have him back with me on this.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you guys are doing an art contest. So June 1st to July 12th, you go ahead and, cool. The prize details and all that good stuff. That's awesome. So what's the rundown and a quick summary of whatever you can talk about? Just a quick overview or the elevator pitch of the concept and the story.
Well, essentially, it's a beautiful canon film style revenge story. Kind of a callback to the old 80s action movies like Cobra and Commando and all that. But it stars our little MERCmaid.
Awesome. Yeah, there's the shitpost updated version. Yeah, that's a neat cover D.
Yeah. Eric Notowski, he took the original and did his own rendition of it, and far superior to the AI, shitpost.
Yeah, it is.
And we love it.
Yeah, that's great. Interiors are just, so you're doing all the interiors, all the line work and stuff. Yes,
sir. I'm doing all the interiors. And the black and white one there, that's what gets sent off to Federico. Okay, so that's where I stop and he starts.
Wow, yeah, those colors are really popping. Those are coming out great.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love what he did with the water. That first page with the boat, It looks like some film noir sailors movie from Turner Classic Movies or something.
Yeah, especially the contrast between the blue water and then you kind of have that sepia tone sky.
Yeah, I can look at that all day.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. How many pages was it going to be?
Well, it was originally 48, and then the wonderful backers have gotten us to the 10K stretch goal, and now it's 60 pages of story.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah, Piper wanted to torture me. I mean, she had a whole lot of stories she wanted to tell.
Let's see, scroll up here, and let's see. So $20 gives you a 60-page. Yeah, that is really reasonable. I know some people are, charging pretty, exorbitant amounts, but that's a nice price for an independent book, and of course plus shipping or whatever. But
right, yeah,
that's nice. I know some of these books are, it's 40 pages or 50 pages, and then $40. Like you're paying $1 per page, man, and then shipping on top of that. And it's kind of like, dude, like how are we supposed to support all these books when, it's like, man, it's hard to do.
Welcome to CG. Your wallet will hate you.
Right? No kidding. Yes, everyone's. I backed this. I backed that. I was like, listen, man, I can't.
I know, right? One of the cool things I'm seeing is with Fund My Comic, we're getting a lot of creators doing second chance campaigns on there. So it's a great way to catch up on, because there's a lot of books I missed when I was a lot poorer. Even just last year, timing sometimes is like, well, I can't really afford to, empty the bank on a bunch of these. So you get the ones you like really can't live without, or the ones your friends are doing and want to support them. It's like, well, now I would like to go back and get them, and there they are.
Yeah. I like that. There's the here's a 4-pack for $75. That's cool. Even if that might help somebody too that's overseas as well. They can have them and 3 friends can split that shipping cost to Australia 4 ways and each get a book. So that's a great idea. You get drawn in for $75. That's cool. That's a neat idea. I like that.
Yeah, when we originally launched, we had these we call them mini boss tiers, where you actually were getting drawn in with a character that has a speaking role, and those were gone instantly. Gone before we were done with Bancroft in the first 45 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we had to think of something because we knew there was demand for it and people liked the idea. So we did this one. So no guarantees. You'll probably end up getting killed. But hey, you're going to be in the book.
There you go. That's kind of the fun part, And then
Yeah,
$200.
nobody gets stabbed by the crab.
There you go. So $200. So this is the cost for the page. Does that include the book or no? Does it not include the book?
I should say there if it includes the book or not. I don't really know off the top of my head.
It just mentions the page, so I'm just going to assume it's just the page. Exclusive cover art. Yeah, you got some good tiers here, and also kudos to the guys at Fund My Comic for making this awesome site. It is so fun to browse. Like, I open it up and I'm just like, oh well, let's see what else is going on, and I just scroll through the books and stuff, and I see a bunch of stuff I didn't even know was coming out. So I mean, kudos to them for putting this site together and giving it an alternative, but also making it so streamlined. This is great right here. You have the website links right here at the top for the creators and stuff. Like, dude, that's sick, man. That's great.
Yeah, no, Luke and the other guy, he had brain farting on his name, but they knew what they were doing when they put this together.
Mm-hmm. You could tell too. It's like, well, what do I want to see from a crowdfunding site?
Right.
What would I do? And then they're like, yeah, we're just gonna do that. So that's awesome. Great. Is there any idea or time frame when the book's gonna drop?
Well, we will absolutely be making our deadline for January.
Okay.
Which is where we've got things. But I'm really hoping to get a bulk of the pages done this July, so that, if possible, we can be delivering early.
Mm-hmm.
No promises there, but we'll definitely not be a late book. That's for sure.
Yeah. That's all people can ask for. You know what I mean? Especially if, we know stuff happens, but as long as you're kind of close, I think that people don't mind at all.
Yeah.
This is an awesome project. Looks real fun. So if you guys haven't backed it yet, make sure you check it out. Fundmycomic.com. You can actually just search and put little MERCmaid and it pops up, so you don't have to worry about search stuff not working like other sites.
Right.
You can actually find what you're looking for. So heck yeah. Awesome. So great. So, and then you're working on right now on one of the original art pieces that's going to go on that $200 tier. Then
correct.
Awesome. Yeah, that's coming out great. Oh, I do not want.
Yeah, whoever snags this page, you're getting the first appearance of her in the book.
Oh wow.
So yeah, there's a bunch here that I need to draw still, but I ran out of the black pencil lead that I use. I use these colored pencil. They come in a little tube like this. These are all colored pencil leads for lead holders. And I love sketching with these things because they have a nice, soft, buttery feel to them. It's not as unforgiving as graphite. So you can really build up a lot easier. I just prefer it.
Yeah, what brand is that, Eric?
Well, this is it's called June Gold. It's not really like a whole
Okay.
pro brand. It's off of Amazon.
Oh yeah. I got the blue.
Cool.
I got the blue. I feel like I always have to sharpen them though. They are pretty soft. Maybe the blue is softer. Maybe the blue's softer than the black. But I feel like I'm
Could be.
constantly having to sharpen them to keep it. But they do feel nice.
Yeah, I love using these little lead holders. This one here is from Japan. It's a Rotoring. It's got a really nice heavy weight to it, which the ones you get if you buy like a kit that's got a whole bunch of pencil leads, and those are nice. They work okay, but they feel too light in my hand. It doesn't feel like a tool.
Okay, yeah.
So it's got a really nice weight to it, so it's a lot of fun to draw with this.
Nice. I use where's it at? So this is a Stadler.
Oh yeah, the classic style. I got one of those in here somewhere.
I've used it so much. I got this when the Joe Kubert cartooning kits, you had to get them from the website and they'd send you the VHS tape.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So this is a Joe
That's
Kubert.
cool.
Yeah, this is from then. I was trying to find the book when I went back home because like it was comic size, and you would do the exercises. They gave you like Xerox copies, and you would actually ink it, and then you had to like put everything in a manila envelope and send it to them, and then they would like grade you.
Yep.
I never got that far, but the book itself was awesome. And I kick myself for not knowing where it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some.
Yeah, I really wanted to go to the Kubert school, but I got when I was in my 20s, I was like, I need to go to college for computer animation because that's the future, and
right.
I'm gonna go to Hollywood and do special effects, and nope, that didn't happen. So I probably should have just went to Kubert.
Right. Yeah, I was. My dream was. I was growing up. I always wanted to just like draw, like live in the city because I lived outside Chicago. So it was like live in the city and draw comic books. Like that's all I wanted to do. And then when it came graduation time, I was like, well, I don't think I can do that. So let's try and go to like a graphic design school instead, because they were like selling you all this stuff like, oh, the people that work in the industry, we're gonna find you a job, but you had to dress all business and everything, and oh god, it was stifling. I lasted maybe a year and I just couldn't. It got so bad that I wasn't enjoying it at all. So like I would like be like, I'm going to school, and then I would go to like the Barnes and Noble and like look at books and then just draw for like 3 hours. And then they came to, so then like a couple months later, my dad's like, yeah, school, blah, blah. I was like, well, talking about that, like I haven't been going for like the past like 6 months, so I just like, what have you been doing? I just been like drinking coffee and like looking at books at Barnes and Noble, like drawing this whole time. What are you doing up? Sorry, my daughter's supposed to be sleeping right now.
Aw.
And she is not. She is trying to crash the stream right now.
No. Dun dun dun.
Let's throw some music on.
Yeah, when I was in art school, I loved it. I went to CCS here in Detroit, known for automotive design. It's like a big, huge automotive design school. Mm-hmm. And so all my friends were industrial designers, and I learned more from them and what their teachers were telling than any of the teachers that I had for computer graphics or whatever. Mm. So I kind of did my own thing there and ended up just like doing illustration. I latched onto a couple of really good professors that had no business being there, and just soaked everything up from them I could, until like one of my favorite professors, he was there for 2.5 years, and then Disney hired him.
Oh, nice. Hey, Pixel Trader, I should have switched over the chat. I wasn't even looking at the chat. He says he has a real nice Kuru Toga 0.5 mechanical that rotates the lead every time you lift it off the paper.
What? That is sorcery.
What witchcraft is this? I've actually went back and started drawing just with like big mechanical pencils, like 0.7 leads. Mm-hmm. And I've been enjoying it. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm like not having to sharpen. It's actually been pretty neat. So I was going to draw some other stuff, but since you're drawing MERCmaid, oh, my eraser fell out. Since you're drawing MERCmaid, I'm gonna draw MERCmaid too. Because what's the opportunity of like drawing a character with the man himself?
Awesome.
So let's go ahead. I'll switch. Let's add the camera here. And we got the tunes going. I put the link out. Let's see if anybody else shows up.
Yeah, where is that Chad Townsend? He's got a book to promote too. Come on.
I know. I mean, I put his trailer. You think he could show up every once in a while?
Right?
Chad's actually here all the time, which is great. Sometimes I gotta tell him like, "What are you doing here, man? What are you hanging out with us peasants? Well, at least me. Why are you hanging out with me?"
Well, we're all kind of in the CG slums, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. I was calling it low tier CG is what I was calling it.
Yeah.
So like like a fighting game, you have your low tier characters. They're not top tier, they're low tier, but they're usually the most fun to play. Play as. Like in fighting games, like characters like Dan or used to be like Zangief for
Oh, right.
So I was like, okay, they're neat characters, and if you could do something with them, then you're a G. So I was like, all right, we're low. I call myself low tier CG.
When I first came into it, we called ourselves the kids table, and it was myself and Plaster Harris and Vaughn and G Doc, and we would just like kind of hang out and.
Yeah, I almost feel like part of me kind of feels like you have like Fun My Comic, and then all like the cool like new wave like hip guys are there putting up their stuff, and you have Kelsey's putting up his book there too, and I almost kind of feel like I almost feel like Kelsey is like is like, yeah, he's a king and stuff, but I feel like he's cooler. I don't feel like he's like an old guy. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I feel like Fun My Comic has all these cool, hip, like new ideas, new guys and stuff. And then I almost feel like I know it'll be great for like somebody like EBS or Shane to come put a campaign on it or whatever, But it's almost like, all right, the party's over, guys. Now the adults are here. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, every time I catch one of Kelsey's streams, or at one time I was on the Jack show with him, he's so laid back, so cool, and he's one of those guys who's naturally humorous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of people that are in my life that think they're funny, but they're not. It just, it's like, and I'm a hard person to get to laugh, so they'll like try jokes out and stuff on me. It's like, that's a joke. I'm like, was it?
Are you sure, man?
I kind of get a kick out of just letting stuff fall on the floor in front of me.
Uh-huh.
But with somebody like Kelsey, he's just so naturally humorous that he just comes off super genuine and doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, and he's there to have fun and a good time.
Yeah,
so he's one of my favorite CG streamers right now because he'll usually just talk about stuff. But usually when he's working on some kind of art, or even like that Graybeard show with Aaron and David Williams and Gary Martin. Yeah. Lepresti and Gary Martin.
Andy
it's just,
Smith, I think, is on there too.
Yeah. They'll have guests, but the main core is Lepresti. The main three was Lepresti, Williams, and Kelsey, and then Gary popped on, and Gary stays on there all the time. And he always like, look at this piece that I inked. All these straight lines are without a ruler and with a brush, and you're just like, man, I'm hanging it up, dude. Like, why do I even bother? Like, what am I doing here? Like,
right.
So he showed this sick piece of like a softball, like a girl playing softball. And instead of like drawing like the lines on the uniform, the white lines, he like did straight lines, just horizontal lines on the parts that wasn't the line. So it gave the illusion of the white lines, the white stripes on the jersey, and everything looks so like, I was like, all right, man, I'm going to order this inking book right now. like I'm ordering this guy's inking book like right now, dude. Cause it's like Gary's inking is just so sick. And, so yeah, I actually found it used for a good deal, because otherwise it's like $80. Found it used for like $20, and I said I can afford that.
Nice. Yeah, it's crazy because like when I was a kid, when I was 17, I had all these delusions of grandeur and wanting, but there was like no accessibility back then. Like I grew up a farm kid in the middle of Missouri. There's no way I was going out to a big city convention anytime soon. The first con I ever went to was in Springfield, Missouri, and the biggest name there was a nobody, that type of thing. And so like kids nowadays, think of Noah and another kid that had the Amarok, which is just like crushing it on RPG right now.
He's like, I'm 18 years old, and I'm just like, fucking kids.
Yeah. It's like, congratulations, fuck you.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm happy that they're taking advantage of the time that we live in because there's so much more opportunity and it's so much easier to be seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you do it right, if you market yourself right.
Yeah, but there's no one in between them and the fans, or no one that can be like, no. You're like, well, I'm gonna do it anyway. So like that part is awesome. All right, I think I drew enough circles. A little bit warmed up. All right, let's see. We got to get a neat pose. Yeah, no, nobody else has popped on. I know Chad might have burned himself out on talking comics with Matt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, I knew I was going to be drawing this like crazy, so I was like, I can only do one stream tonight, so I'll come on with Jay and draw.
Awesome, I appreciate it, man. Let's switch that out. I don't want to be big. No, here we go.
I do like Matt a lot. I want to hop on some of his stuff, but it's like when it's just a talking stream, I feel like I'm wasting my time right now because I have so much workload.
Yeah, that's understandable. Let's see if we can nail down a pose first before we get into detailed stuff. I still want to draw her with a giant bazooka.
Go for it.
Like her shoulder, and girls too are. I mean, in real life, but also trying to draw them are so tough to deal with.
Yeah, it's you can walk away in real life.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, otherwise it's just a hurdle.
Let's talk about that. Why vocalize? Like, what are some of the struggles that you have with the female form?
It's the shapes.
Okay.
Like the shapes and like how because just recently it's almost like I feel like I kind of cracked the code on like how to kind of put the form together and like break it in a sense that I can do it, because I grew up like reading how to draw comics the Marvel way, so that was like my Bible. But I feel like when I'm doing that, sometimes like the proportions are maybe not the proportions are off, but it just looks like a dude. Like I'm just like, no man, it gotta be more curvy, more.
Yeah, the fewest lines. The fewest lines you can draw for a woman, the prettier they'll look. Mm-hmm. I studied a lot of Frank Cho and Art, not Arthur Adams. What's his name?
Yeah, although his
Adam
Arthur
Hughes.
Adams women's are amazing. I love.
Yeah, his is great. His are great too. But like Frank Cho and Adam Hughes, if you look, they draw so few lines with the skin. The detail and stuff is all on the clothing or the background. Yeah. And it kind of like the girl just pops out because she's got the least amount of lines going on. Yeah. And I love Frank's line weight because he'll do a nice thick line to outline everything, but then comes like transitions in with these really hair thin lines to just kind of get an idea of where the edge of the kneecap is or some of the muscle tissue.
Yeah.
And I can just get lost looking at that stuff for days.
I'm trying to think what I did with that little Amazon lady that I just drew. That was probably the best I've done lately. I don't know where I put her. Oh, I know where I put her. She's in my other book. Because I'm like, I was designing her, and specifically was like, oh, that story that I'm working on, that world that I'm building, oh, she'll totally fit into that.
Sweet.
No, it's over here. I forgot. My wife got me a new little cart that I have next to my thing now here, so I could just have my stuff right here.
Yeah, I've been I'm always changing things up in my studio. I bought this, I have way too many art supplies. Like I do almost everything digital now, but I'm still addicted to buying art supplies. So I've got like $2,000 worth of markers or something, and a whole drawer full of colored pencils. So I've got this drawer set off Amazon that I bought. It's just filled with art supplies to get them out of boxes and get them in. Because like my studio had like almost no drawers in it for the longest time, and that's just nerve-wracking.
All right, so the MERCmaid that I did last week is probably the best female that I've drawn in a long time, and kind of breaking down the form a little bit better here. Boobs are giving me an issue, like kind of where they are, and I'm like, all right, like trying to get their proportions right, because I don't want them to look like big fake boobs. Like I want them to be like squishy boobs.
sometimes there is you get this idea that they need to be higher up on the chest than they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
Like where they actually attach like mid clavicle, and kind of hang that way. So plus they have to have a lot of weight to them, especially if they're going to be bigger.
And Pixel says he'll have to sneak into a drawing stream soon. Every Wednesday, man. You're welcome. Just hit me up. Let me know. Hey,
Absolutely.
Hockey. What's up, Hockey? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have you, Pixel. You're welcome anytime. Everybody's welcome anytime. What's up, Hockey? How you doing, bud? So then I was like, okay. So then when I laid out this other, I got notes on this for me, because that's what I started doing. I started putting notes on everything and like word story wise and ideas for those characters. So I'm gonna take those off so nobody can see that, because this is kind of a surprise type character of where they actually would fit if I ever do a story on it. So when I broke her down, I feel like the angle's a little bit off because my thing is sloped, but her proportions aren't that bad. But
no,
it being flat like this.
Her pose is a little awkward. It looks like she's getting ready to squat a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like she looks uncomfortable doing that. But other than that, like the proportions are good. The anatomy looks pretty good. I mean, for it's stylized, so but it's believable, and that's the thing with when I was teaching a lot. There'd be kids who would be like, "Well, this is my style." I was like, yeah, your style is fine, but you still need to. I need to be able to imagine there's a skeleton and muscle tissue under there.
Yeah.
So that's like once you can hit that, then you can stylize things however you want, and as long as it's believable in the universe that it's in.
Mm-hmm. Hockey says, I don't think I'm welcome anywhere anymore. I won't taint your stream, but have a great show. What do you mean, buddy? What are you doing? You were part of the group. I sent you the link. Come on in. Yeah, come on in, dude. I'd love to have you. Yeah. So like with what I did, I broke this shape down into like a skeleton and ovals, and I feel like it worked a lot. Like it worked better in terms of like proportion wise.
Mm-hmm.
So like trying to do like this traditional like how to draw comics to Marvel way skeleton when it comes to females just isn't working for me. So it's like, okay, well, let me try and unlearn that. So I'm trying to cartoonify them if it makes any sense, if that makes sense. Like, okay,
sure.
Every time I draw, every time you draw Mickey Mouse, round head, smaller ear, bigger ear, round eye, you break down all the all the circles, all the parts. It's a bean like this, noodles for arms, whatever, So that's what I've been trying to do, and I've done pretty good with the head because the face was a big problem for a while, till I settled kind of on like this ovally I don't want to do it to where it looks like a knockoff anime. I don't want that. So trying to do more circular eyes, and then they just kind of turned into these eyes here, which I
Right.
really enjoy. Those came out pretty good. So those are my eyes
Well-
now. These are my eyes now.
Yeah, you're essentially establishing a shape language, and that's why anime all looks the way it does, is because all the characters have a specific shape language, and it's the same with the Disney stuff.
Mhm.
For MERCmaid, originally it was going a lot more realistic proportion-wise, and Pixel really kind of wanted to hit that Michael Turner, J. Scott Campbell, and Campbell uses the Disney proportions for his heads.
Yes.
So the face is the bottom half of the head, and the forehead is like 50%. So you've got this like egg shape, basically. And if you look at all the Disney females, that is the shape language that they use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even
So that's
here,
what I
like
did.
her eyes, like broke it down here. Like her eye, like the eyes aren't even that. I scaled them back, so that's almost a
Right.
little bit too big. But yeah, that's the same thing I do. I do the circle is the top, like probably like 3/4. You know what I mean? 3/4 at the
Yep.
lower, at the end of the circle. I slap the eyes on, and right under the circle, I do the nose, and then I do the little chin that comes off the circle. But then it's like, okay, every time I draw a face now, I can do it like that. Okay, my brain can get it.
Yep.
So I'm trying to do the same thing with the female form, with the body now. And it's working. So that's why I'm trying to crack the female code, man.
Hello, ladies.
It says, no, people are upset with me for my word slip yesterday because I played with my slip up. I am mud now. I don't understand what that means. I don't know what that means, Hockey. Just come on in, dude.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just come on in. 2 people are watching this Pixel, and I'm the second one, so you got nothing to worry about. Plus, I do what I want, man. I answer to no one. If I wanna have you on the stream, come on the stream, man. If I want to draw Common America, I'm gonna draw Common America, dude. I'm gonna do what I want. That was the other
No fear.
thing I was thinking about drawing. I was like, maybe I'll draw her. Jason, what is up, my man?
You do what you want.
I want to have Jason on. He got the link. Bam. See, we
Got
do what
the
we
link.
want.
You do what you want. I wanted to come on the show, and I clicked the link. Do what I want.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hello, hello.
What's
No
going on,
Chiefs,
man?
only Indians, baby.
That's right. Indians all day. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, bud? What you up to today?
Nothing. I had shoulder surgery today, so I'm not going to be drawing for a while.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, how'd you hurt your shoulder?
I tore the rotator cuff at work.
Oof.
Yeah, so in the sling. So yeah, I can't really do much right now, but probably in a few weeks, hopefully I'll be able to pick up the pen again. I might draw with my opposite hand just to get it out of my system, but
There you go.
but it's not going to look like what Eric's got up there. Sixed up.
I could draw my right hand. It's not going to look what Eric got up there, man.
Yeah. Cool stuff you guys were talking about. The Disney's and the drawing the Marvel way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I even draw the Marvel way.
Yeah, I mean, it was like my Bible for a while to like draw like, proportions and all, and how to draw dynamic, poses and stuff like that. I mean, it's great. It's a great, but when I try to apply it to like the women, like they don't talk about drawing chicks at all. He's like, stick figure, here's Mrs. Fantastic. Like, what the fuck? Hockey says Jason knows. You know what he did. You know what Hockey did. He's not coming on.
I know what hockey. I always know what Hockey does, but he can. Well, he can come on your channel, but you have to watch his bigotry, his his racism, his Yeah, he's his phobias towards the unknown to him. Yeah, he drops F-bombs, and I don't mean the swear word. So,
Oh.
yeah, he likes to talk about a bundle of sticks with flags.
Okay.
Blackness. I don't know. Hockey's weird. Don't you can let him on, but buyer beware. But yeah,
Hockey's
I women. I mean, if women are tough for me too. It's like there's certain people. It's not like look at Shelby. Like you were saying, Campbell. Look at Campbell. You know, there's some people that just comes natural to them as guys. I think for women drawing women, it's just natural in general because they're used to that form.
Mm-hmm.
So they know how it feels, so they can more easily for them to transfer it onto an image.
Mm-hmm.
I know plenty of women who even say that they find men hard to draw because they're so blocky.
Mm-hmm.
Like, men are easy.
Just like Earth girls, we're easy.
I think there's definitely something to that because when I got my disability in my hands, it's been like this for so long. Hands have become really hard for me to draw without reference because I don't remember what it's like to make certain hand positions.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. If you're not familiar to doing it, eventually it might drop by the wayside, or if you're not familiar doing it at all. You'll need reference in some kind. That's a good point.
It was one of those aha moments for me when I was like really struggling. I was like, why am I struggling? Wait a minute.
Yeah, because you don't know how it feels anymore to make that shape with your body.
Yeah.
Hockey finds it very easy to draw women all the time. He's good
He's
a
at it.
coxman.
When I was young and I came of age, I stopped drawing dudes almost exclusively.
Mm-hmm.
And I got really good at drawing girls, and then like, well, crap, I want to do this for a living. I got to draw dudes again, and I was so rusty at it.
Yeah, you got to do plenty of warm-ups to get back into the swing of it.
Yeah.
What are you working on, Jay?
I was going to do MERCmaid again, but I'm just trying to work on a pose that would be kind of fun to draw. So I'm kind of doing stick figures right now.
Are you trying to hint at something by constantly drawing MERCmaid?
Oh, not at all. Well, I was like, honestly, I was thinking about drawing Gary Shipman's Titan. But I'm like, well, Eric's here. You know what I mean? Like, well, Eric's here. I'm like, dude, well, what's the opportunity of like drawing a character with the guy who draws the comic?
Yeah.
If I ever get to drawing, see what happens.
Well, you did it. You did it with. Didn't you do it with Chad's character?
I did, yeah.
And you did it with me. Although I wasn't on at the time, but you guys were humble enough, and or I was humbled by it. And then so why not draw Eric's?
Oh, yeah.
If you have the creator on, that's kind of a cool concept.
Yeah. Almost like we have some kind of plan or something. I don't know, man.
Whoa. Plan? Hold on, I wasn't prepared for that.
Almost like we know what we're doing or something.
Let's pretend that it's that way.
Either of you guys seen IT Crowd?
Negative.
I have not.
Oh my gosh, it's a British TV show about this girl who joins a company. It's a comedy. It's hilarious. And they make her the head of IT because she said she knew computers. So she's down in the basement with these two guys that are just, and it's like nerd city. It's hilarious. It's so awkward and funny. There's this one exchange between the two of them is like the straight man, he's like, I have a plan. And then Moss is kind of more the straight guy. But Moss is like, you have a plan? Hold on, let me put on my slightly larger glasses. And then the plan's on the president, that was your plan? And he takes those glasses off. Check it out, it's on Netflix, IT Crowd. If you know anything about nerddom and computers, you're going to love it. It's the best show ever.
Is it kind of like that sitcom? It was on Comedy Central, I think, like Silicon Valley or something like that?
There's a little bit of that to it, but I would say it's more like The Office for IT professionals.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
You don't even know what the company does. It's like, we here at Renham Industries are businessy about business. It's like,
I always love those meetings where they're like, our company is going to go out there and get them. We're go-getters. I'm like, man, I just get paid by the hour. I'm like, I don't care. I just want my medical.
Right.
There are people that do eat it up, though. You know, you see them nodding their head like, yeah. I'm like, just stop it. You're so
I'm a cog in this wheel.
Yeah, hooray!
I can be replaced in a heartbeat. Yeah.
But it gives my life meaning.
Yeah, exactly. And hey, you know what? If it makes them happy, good for them. Some people live to, work their job. That's fine, man. They find joy in it, I guess. I don't. I find joy in this.
Yeah, this is pretty rad.
Yeah. I especially find joy in any stream that hockey's not on. Makes me happy. To live vicariously through you guys. I was going to do some videos eventually of just like showing off some comics and talking about them, since I kind of can't do drawing videos right now.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I used to do them a year and a half ago or so, 2 years ago. I just called it "Excuse me while I whip this out," because
Nice.
a lot of my long boxes are not organized at all. So I would just reach into one and pull out a random comic, and then just talk about the creative team, and like maybe the stuff that was happening in that time frame, and how cool like the book is, maybe, or how stupid it was. But yeah, it was like, I did quick little 10 minute videos on that. It was fun.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of channels now that kind of do it. They do it better too, but it's not to say I can't do them. But we'll see. We'll see if I mean, I'll still probably talk about some comics, but
There you go.
I got to keep putting out some daily content, and they can't constantly be shorts. So
Yeah, I haven't been able to crack that nut yet. It's like, I don't have a joy for doing video content, because it's so. If you're editing a video and posting it, that's a whole labor of a day or whatever.
Yeah.
And I have because the way my brain's wired, I can't do anything without production values.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, the lighting's bad. Well, I'm not streaming ever, until this lighting's.
That'll make it tough. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of have a more laissez-faire attitude about it. I like what you're doing now. I would like record it, like, and then I would put it up and be like, here's a video of me drawing this, and and then I'll just time lapse it, talk over it, and at the end I'll say, oh, well, that was fun. Everybody go check out Frog G, and then I end it. So they take about 4 minutes, but it takes me a lot longer to draw what I'm drawing, and on top of that, edit, like even create the video, because I gotta edit the sound. That is important.
Yeah.
But the lighting, I'm not as much of a stickler about, but I gotta edit the sound. I put in songs, and I gotta cut those. I gotta change things. So it takes me like a good half hour just to do a 4-minute video. So it is time consuming. But I try to produce content I kind of am already in the process of doing anyway. So it kills two birds in a way. Like, I don't have to go out of my way to make a specific video. I'm just making drawing videos. Every now and then I might make it like a slight tutorial type thing, but either way, I try to make it about drawing.
Yeah, that sounds like a smart way to do it. I think video editing is what I want AI to do for me.
Oh,
Yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. Yeah, please go do it. Yeah, and yeah, there are people who edit them and they get paid for it would be a little upset, but I don't have the money to pay for you. But yeah, sometimes that's why though the shorts are good. Like, if I forgot to do a video, like I said, even if I do a 30-minute sketch, it's a good hour and 20 minutes for me to do the video. So I'm like, and if it's 3 a.m, I'm not about to do that. So I'll just do like a rollover of what I drew, and it'll be like 30 seconds, and then I'll just post it up as a short. They're good for subscribers, but they don't really help the channel for if you want to get monetized. But yeah.
Well, that's good. At least you're getting subs out of it. I mean, like
Yeah,
so
every now and then
monetize
you
is
get
such a weird thing now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like
It is, dude. And I don't care about it. I do want the subs. I want people who are interested in what I do and to watch it. So
yeah.
yeah. So, and like I always said, and I mean it, like if my channel gets bigger, I can then host other projects, and I promote projects now, but I could promote them and they get more eyes on the other projects that are cool. So it helps. It helps. I really like that's one main goal, and obviously I have selfish reasons. I want to help it for my own campaign.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
Sure.
yeah.
Let's do her bigger.
I took my camera to Anime Ohio, and I did just a brief little bit of recording. I haven't even watched it yet, but like I know the Sunday of the show, I was feeling like butt, and I didn't even want to record anymore. So I don't even know if I have enough to make an episode.
Ellie, calm down. Jeez, she won't go to sleep. I'm like, here, watch some Bluey.
Oh, Bluey. Matt Barr talks about Bluey all the time.
Dude, it's probably one of the best, well-written shows in general, dude.
Dude, it was funny. I was watching Drinker, and somebody even super chatted, that they know it's kids for kids, but they should check out Bluey. That is really good. Like,
oh God,
you're recommending the middle-aged drunken Scotsman. Kid show.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah, it is so good.
Yeah, I live just outside Cleveland. I live like 45 minutes outside of Cleveland. Where do you live? Are you live in Ohio, Eric?
No, I'm in Detroit, Michigan area.
Okay. A lot of Michigans in the scene too. A lot of Michiganites.
I live in I live in Malin country.
Oh, you live in the Malin country. Okay, yeah, not too far away from me. I find that almost like a lot of creators are about 6 to 8 hours away from me. It's pretty weird.
Centralized.
Yeah, and I can't drive, so otherwise I'd be like going to like conventions and stuff. And dude, I would have gone to Jersey Con and had Ethan sign my cyber fraud.
Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
That would have been awesome. And Frago was there too.
Yeah.
I already have a couple Frago autographs. I can get more.
Yeah, if I hadn't have already been pre-booked, I would have. If I didn't know ahead of time, I would have gotten a table for that show.
I heard about it like a week and a half before it was. I'm like, I can't go. I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I don't know how expensive those tables are. That's why I like the local shows. The tables are generally a little cheaper, and I still sell stuff, so it's fine. I don't have the money for like a bigger show or the product really. I'm pretty.
Well, Garden State's a smaller show. Those are probably, those are probably $200 tables.
Oh, that's still expensive.
Oh, Hockey says he loves IT Crowd. It's my fault for not seeing that. That was 10 minutes ago. Says,
no, it's Hockey's fault for not being on the panel.
Yeah, he could have said.
You could just said it.
It might even be cheaper than that. Like, there's I'm letting Luke Stone use my table for Gym City because I'm going to San Diego, but that table was $75.
Oh, Gem City is?
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Yeah, that's more my zone. Like 100 and under. That's where I'm at. I could do 2, but it's just expensive.
Yeah, everything is scalability. Like once you start making money, it shows. And I'll be honest, if I was just selling comics, I probably wouldn't be able to afford it either because the fan art is what makes the money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I went into doing fan art, kicking, and streaming, and I was like, I need to make money. I need to get my name more well known before I can do my own books and stuff again. And it's like, I'll just give this a shot, and it worked.
Yeah, there are people that are apprehensive about fan art. Man, I love drawing Batman. I love drawing Joker and stuff like that. I don't care. I'll draw it. That's fine. I don't think I would sell prints anymore of the characters. Just they sell like little 8.5 by 11s. If you sell them for like $5-10, people buy them up. They're a cheap kind of like one-off piece, original piece that they can get, for them. But I don't know. I'd rather make money making fan art, like originals or like prints of my own characters, and people can get used to them or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It is tough to sell off of your own IP, mainly because it's not in this, it's not in the mainstream, not as well known.
It's tough to sell some fan art sometimes too, because especially in the anime crowd. The anime crowd, if it's not current and trending on Crunchyroll, if it's not in the hot spot with Crunchyroll, they're generally not on fire for it. Like, it's weird because. So I don't know if you guys watch Demon Slayer or not.
I know it, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes of it.
There's a chick who's the love Hashida, and I always forget her name, but she's got the giant boob window and the pink and the green hair. She was briefly in an episode, and I drew her, and I never sold her. And then she shows up, and she's part of this last major story arc, and I sold out of her. I keep selling out of her. Mm-hmm. So it's like the general public is so easily programmable. So whatever is hot, that's what they're buying.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's pretty, like, I draw Batman quite often. People love it. They buy it. I drew a Mr. Freeze. Dude, I love it. I think it's a fantastic. I mean, it's on a sketch cover, but I think it's awesome. People hardly look at it. I'm like, all right, dude, whatever. It's a pretty cool character and image.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like right now, Spider-Punk is super hot.
Yeah, stuff from the Spider-Verse is pretty big.
Yep.
Let's see what we got here. Flick Shot. Hey, Flick, what's up, bud? I'm going to give you a shout out. He had 186 subs. Congratulations, dude.
Congrats,
Says he wants to make his own comic about a space adventurer who has to find 3 crystals in order to stop a dark force from taking over the multiverse. Don't tell nobody and keep that story hush-hush because someone might snatch it.
Well, if you are...
Birthday Cordoba says Booba drawing. Pixel says Eric has a sweet table setup. Yeah, so all the broke people complain about it.
It is a nice setup. Yeah, if you're growing your own channel.
And then Pixel says Mitsuri Kanroji. Is that the character's name, maybe, with the movie window?
Yeah, Mitsuri. Yep.
Oh, okay.
And Birthday Cordoba says Weeb Algorithm.
Hey,
but that's true. Like, so all of a sudden it's like whatever now. So what boobs? Like, even like when I ordered the little vinyl statues and stuff for my store, it's like I'm like okay, which ones are hot? Because those are the ones that are gonna sell first.
Yep.
Okay, let me get all these cute chicks. You know what I mean? I'll have Deku sitting there all. I'll have Deku sitting there for 6 months. But, I get some One Piece chick. And yeah, man. What did you do, sweetie? Next episode. It's right down here. You click next episode. There you go.
Yeah.
Get that out of here before I get a copyright strike. It's going to pick up the audio. Louis is going to come after my ass.
Yes.
We want our money.
We need to get that J-Bot. Yeah. I tell everybody, like, manga really isn't easy to draw. It looks it. Everybody mistakes it for looking to be easy to do. And it's like, it really isn't. It's a totally different style. And if you're not accustomed to it, it'll throw you off. Like, if you're accustomed to Western comics, manga can throw you off if you're trying to draw it. So you got to take, I'm not saying you can't do it. It just takes some more practice.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Right, especially with the expressionism of the emotions, because in our Western mindset, it's like, no, that's not what a face looks like when it's screaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you gotta have a balance too, because I see some artists and they'll draw like hot chicks, all this detail all up in their body and stuff, and in their face they got 2 eyes, a little thing for a nose, and and it's like it doesn't match. It's like you have a high-res body and a low-res face. Like, you have to have a balance, Yep. you gotta, you know what I mean? It's like you put all this stuff in the body, and then it's just like zip, zip, zip. Or it's like I seen one picture and it was like they gave her a big head, so she had like kid proportions. She almost had she had a big head with big eyes and short hair, and then she's skinny, but then they gave her these giant You know what I mean? And it looked weird. It looked like a kid with boobs, and I was like, yeah, this is like a 7-year-old with giant, giant boobers now. It's like, yeah, that's not right. You gotta find that balance. You know what I mean? Let's see. I just do circle for boobs now, so I do circle, circle, bam. There's a boobers.
Sure, that's what they look like.
Yep. And then I fill them in later. I'm still trying to crack the code on it, though.
Yeah, I mean, they have weight to them. They're not perfectly
They do.
spherical.
Well, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm drawing the weights. Like these are
Right.
the water and the balloons right now, which is represented by the circle, and then I'll draw the stretchy part and attach them to the chest.
Right. The teardrops. Now, if you're Plagal, though, they can be perfectly spherical.
Yeah, Plago does what he wants.
Plagal does whatever.
J-Bot is basically describing all manga and anime. Yeah, not the proper stuff. Not the proper stuff, Mo. Thanks for tuning in, man.
What's up, Mo?
Yeah, Blue. Yeah, Dad, Mom, Bingo. Yeah, no, it's oof. Wow. Yeah, I don't like. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the new stuff because it kind of looks the same to me.
I'm not. It depends on the manga, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I'm
even
not
look
big
at
on it.
manga. Yeah, manga.
Yeah.
I look at more if I'm gonna watch something.
I like Irene's style because
Yeah.
it leans towards it, but there's still that Western vibe to it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wouldn't even
I
call
like
her
that.
manga. I mean, if she really wanted to draw manga, I'm sure she could. She really want to just draw like that. But no, her style is like, it's this awesome merger of both.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
what-
great.
I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I like Joe Mad a lot.
Yeah.
Stuff was really good.
Yeah, Joe Mad, definitely.
Of course, then you do get the artists that were influenced by Japanese animation, manga, and all that stuff, but didn't show it like Jim Lee. So
Mm.
like they took a lot from all that stuff.
Oh yeah, everybody having like headsets with rabbit ears and stuff.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, yeah, Appleseed.
yeah, I know that.
Hey, Dan Plagle, driving and listening. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in, dude.
We were
Well,
just
Biggs,
talking about you.
Hail Dan. He shows up when we start talking about boobs. It's like his boob radar went off. It's like, oh,
Someone's talking boobs. I must listen.
I am an expert.
Yes, he's not wrong. He's an expert. Has anyone checked Kelsey's campaign recently? How's that going?
Let's see. I don't know if I still have that. Oh, I don't have Fund My Comic. I know it's funded for sure.
Oh yeah, I know it's
funded
funded.
like real quick.
Yeah, I think he's at like 12,000 or something.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that for sure, dude. I'm kind of more about. I think I enjoy art books more than comics because I just buy comics for the art anyway. So I was like, just skip the
Exactly.
middleman. Just give me the good stuff. Just
Yeah,
skip
like the-
dessert. Give me or skip dinner. Just give me the dessert.
Yeah, that is the dessert. That's the blueprints. That's where it all.
Yeah.
You know, that's the inside the mind. I like
Yeah,
that kind of
$30, 200 pages. I mean, yeah, it's layouts and stuff, but dude, that's awesome.
stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of content.
His original
Yeah.
art sold so fast.
I don't even know how much it was going for.
8. And one was 8, one was 6. It was all stuff he done in Graybeards. She-Hulk went for 400.
Dude, 400 for a Kelsey? That is not bad at all.
Yeah, he did the oh, there's the pinup girl. Let's see, this one went to 400 too. The Jennifer Connelly riding the horse. You know, and then the Trix Rabbit was the cheapest one, which sold for 200. Where he had like the female Trix Rabbit in the bowl of cereal. That was a good one.
Those are some good prices for some original Kelsey art.
Pixel says, Dan, I think we need a MERCmaid from you, brother. There we go.
Oh, that goes without saying.
1625 till we hit our next stretch goal. Pixel Trader.
Nice. Yep.
People demand the boobs. You'd be ashamed to deny them. Yeah.
Yep. MERCmaid's doing fantastic.
Yeah. Kelsey's at 13.
13. All right.
13.8. Almost at 14K. That's
Nice.
awesome.
Go Kelsey.
80s agrees with me. Words are overrated.
What's up, 80s?
If Jonathan Jetty goes, listen, I'm doing no Spharaoh, but I'm removing the words, I'll be like, I'm there, dude. Yes, all this beautiful art, and it's just gonna be words. I'm like, no.
We'll cover it all up.
How dare you?
Yeah, I like that Kelsey's over on FN from my comic FMC.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll help
the
that
cool kids.
site do, get more eyes into it. More strict people who aren't familiar with the crowdfunding scene might go over to it if they like Kelsey, So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what's that? And then they'll browse that site. So it'll just help generate. You can get some of the bigger guys going there. It'll just help generate more traffic. It'd be good.
And I was talking earlier. I was like, it's so easy to browse and look at stuff and see things, and you're like, oh, cool, man. Like, yeah. Let's see what I do here. Man. That's probably more. This. The one thing I do best about, like, I've been doing a lot of more traditional stuff, is digital just being like, I'm gonna move this over. Yeah, cool, man.
Yep.
That looks way better. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
We're just
God.
like,
I was working
proportions
on
are like,
I was working on this piece and I flubbed something, and I instinctively put the pen down. I went to reach for my mouse to go up to edit undo. I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
I was trying
Ever
to
tap
save
it?
it. I was trying to save it. I'm like, I
I'd be
gotta
like,
save this. I'm like, what am I
man,
thinking?
I'll just oh, or you ever go like this? I was like, oh, wait a minute. 80's got the absolute books today.
Yeah, I saw him post it. Yeah, thanks, man. Let me know what you think. I just hope you don't hate it. That'll be fine. And then you can shoot them over to Abra so you can check them out.
Yeah, MERCmaid is at 10, almost 11K.
Yeah, so MERCmaid's doing fantastic.
That's awesome.
I really want to get to 15 so I can draw the cocaine shark book.
I like that. How long is it going to be up?
We're talking about making it an extent, not extending the campaign, but just making it a perpetual one after it's hard close.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, good. Because I was talking, who was I talking to about this? Was it HOCKY? It was somebody in Topicless, and it's just, there's so many insanely good books out now. It's back at when things kind of first were maybe a couple years ago. There was an insane amount of campaigns, but you could tell some of them just weren't up to the snuff yet. They were good, they just needed work, and so. But now, it's all of them are good. It's so it's hard to. You only have so much money in a recession, so it's that's why I'm always asking people, how long is it going to be up? Because it's once every couple of weeks I can back a book, maybe if that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is it going to be about? I got I think 3 or 4 books I have yet to back. So yeah, MERCmaid's one of them. I want to pick up MERCmaid. Looks dope.
Yeah, there's a few that I still want to pick up, and that's Just like just exactly what you're saying. And, you know, you only got so much money.
Yeah.
And being a creator, it's harder too because it's like I look at my business bank account. I was like, well, I need all this money for shows, and I need this much money to do Dinosaur Man, and I need this. You know, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
I think it's harder for us as creators to back books because we don't have our disposable income. Could have bought more art supplies, or you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pixel saying.
Saying the Sebastian stuff is going to the Sebastian Stuffy is gonna rock too. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh dude, that's cool.
Yeah, we got that in our back pocket, and I think we're gonna do like remember when He-Man came with comics?
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do like a Sebastian mini book that comes with that plush.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I was looking into plushies for the Alien for Absolute. And I'm like, it was my first I'm like, I can't afford this. This is way too expensive. But it still would have been cool. I like the idea of plushies. Not everybody does them, so I think it's a good idea.
Well, yeah, those are one of those things where you literally have to go to China, and to make it affordable, like I think we've got to sell. I think we have to sell 100.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're expensive. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking on my end. Maybe like I could put that up, but it's like, you know, I need to sell this many. If they don't sell, I refund. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I can't do it. Like that's maybe a way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you get the you spend the money, you get the prototype made. So we did that with Sebastian. I had done that with Spaz here for the Dinosaur Man comic. So it's like,
look at that.
Like this thing's huge. This is like a 16-inch doll.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
But it's I pulled the trigger on it, and I'm happy I did because then I take it to shows with me. Little kids are giving it a big old hug, and
that's cool.
Now we have something to show as proof of concept to get people interested in buying it. But for something like this size, I'd have to sell it for $60 and sell 30 of them to pay for the minimum order.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, it's a lot. So cool though.
Yeah. I think people want to see other stuff besides books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if we're truly coming at and going after and we're trying to replace the mainstream, we've got to do video games, toys, stuffed animals. You know, your bric-a-brac needs to evolve past just trading cards and bookmarks and stickers. And that's what the people are wanting. The people who aren't creatives who are buying our stuff, they want to see us succeed to that level. So
yeah.
And just imagine what like a Cyber Frog video game, if he was crowdfunding that right now, people would be going crazy over it.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one someone tried to put out a while ago, and it had Jawbreakers, Cecil, and Cyber Frog. Yeah.
I missed out on that one.
It
that was a while ago.
I mean, I didn't even hear about it, so.
Yeah, it was it was like 2020, I think.
Yeah.
Where's everybody?
Yeah, where's the Pixel says I had to skip a few books because I'm paying for art and materials for our campaign.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many. It's pretty crazy.
It says the prototype will be bigger than the one they actually sell.
Yeah, that's so you can get a good idea what it's gonna look like, I guess.
AR-13L will be part of the FMC Hero Heroes card game. That's cool.
Yep.
Here's what I thought, and like, I thought would be neat. Instead of doing a trading card, because trading card comes with your thing, everybody does like, or like have it look like a X-Men, like the Jim Lee X-Men cards with the power stats and whatever. You do following the rules and the character rules. You make a card for the Marvel DC card game Overpower, and you make your character, and then you can just integrate your character and into the card game and bring back Overpower, so nobody plays that anymore.
Say, they even make Overpower anymore? I have some.
They don't. Not that I know of. I don't think so. Like they keep trying to do stuff, but Overpower was so damn cool.
Yeah, I have quite a few of them.
I kept all mine. I'm not sure where they're at, but I know I have them somewhere. And it's like, so then you just do your character as an Overpower card. So you get a trading card, but then you also can use it to play Overpower. And it's easy because it's the same thing as doing a trading card,
Yeah, and the Overpower cards, it's not like they had a lot to them. In all reality, it just had a couple, like I think 3 or 4 power sets, and that was it. Like that was all that was on the card.
Yeah, he just had he had strength, intelligence, energy, and fighting, or something like that. And
something like that.
I mean, it would be hard to do because each character had their own like character cards. Like it had like special moves or whatever, but it'd be hard to do those because you'd have to have them look the same when you put them in the deck, so you didn't know they were coming.
Yeah, I don't know how you get, because that you can't put Overpower on the back of them. So
yeah, so you could just do like the character, like you could do a character card.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You couldn't do the other special moves or whatever.
Yeah. I guess you could put like a thing on the
Pokemon.
you could put a thing on the bottom saying, use this same power set as Gambit, or something like that. That way you can, or if you pull those, you can use.
Yeah, that's true. That makes sense. Yeah. Me and my buddies, I bought a DC Heroes card, like it was like a D&D game. But it came with like all the cards with the heroes and the stats and their background and stuff. And I never figured out how to play it. But it had blank cards, so you can make your own characters. And those were the same size as the Overpower card. So I had like blank cards that looked just like it, except they were just blank on both sides. And me and my friends would make our own, like make the characters. So I made like Scud. I did Scud the disposable assassin.
Nice.
And I was like, hey, yeah, dude. And that stuff. I remember how fun that was. But you had to set like certain rules. You had to be like, okay, they had to add up to so much, and then maybe you gave them a special attack or something. But they were saying, my buddies, your Scud's too strong, man.
He's Scud.
And I was like, what are you talking about, dude?
It's not too powerful. He's Scud.
He's Scud. Yeah.
Yeah, we played that Marvel D&D game. I can't remember the name of it. They released like a game that was kind of like D&D. And yeah, it had like character sheets and everything that, compendiums and stuff.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Can't remember the name of it. Yeah. And we were young, and so we really didn't go off of everything. We were more like, I'm Thor, and this is what I do. It's like, okay, well.
Cool, man.
But, yeah. Yeah, it was a good game.
I think that's kind of the fun in doing the games. It's like making up your own stuff.
Well, that's what made D&D so appealing.
Yeah, Pixel says, it'll be a similar battle system. I mean, it was so simple. Anybody can get it, you know what I mean? For Overpower,
Right. But yeah, and that's what made D&D so popular, though. You could create that was the basis. You created your own character. You made up your own IP in a way. I mean, look at all the things that came out of D&D. Dragonlance was just that's those characters' campaigns, and Margaret Weiss and Teresa Hickman just made books about it.
Mm.
So you do a lot, Ravenloft and Dark Sun, and then you get Forgotten Realms. So a lot can come from just a simple campaign.
Yeah.
People make comics and movies based off of them.
Especially because it's like this weird, this I should say weird, but it's like this organic storytelling that's happening too,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I feel good. Yeah, if you're the DM alone, right there, you're pretty much a writer.
Mm-hmm.
If you're recording the session, you're writing the story, and the characters, your friends are providing the dialogue. To an extent. I mean, some people don't talk like modern day humans, but yeah.
Let's do that. Oh, we got a guest in the back. Let's bring him on.
Oh no,
Hockey.
who could it be?
Hockey, what is up? Oh,
Oh.
Pixel. Say bye to Pixel real quick. All right, gents, got to bounce. I have work to get done. I've shared out the
There,
stream.
Thanks. Man.
$200, and someone gets it. I might have to get that shit. What? I might have to get that.
Later, Pixel. Who's
Later,
what about,
bud. Plus
what's going on,
shipping.
Hockey?
Plus shipping. Hey, Hockey.
Hello, how are you?
Okay.
You
What
sound
you up to
chipper.
today?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Try telling your voice that.
I'm struggling. And I put a gun in her hand, and I don't want to draw the gun. So it's like, oh.
Were you at work, Hockey?
I was this morning. And then I had to go over to someone's place to help him with a Vistaprint thing that he wanted to do. Yeah, Vistaprint. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Vistaprint.
Yeah.
Why does that sound familiar? Vistaprint, isn't that what they make trading cards or business cards and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
business
it's
card.
like a one-stop stationery store online.
That's
Yeah,
what I thought.
yeah.
Business cards, anything like that.
When they
Yeah.
first came out, Windows Vista was the operating system. Like, that's a stupid name for a company. Vista sucks.
I didn't mind Vista. Everybody hated it. I didn't mind it. But I
What
think
else
I
did
got
you
my
buy?
banner at Vistaprint. I'm not sure.
Bluey is really good. So
Yes. Yeah, she's
I
watching.
don't
it right
watch it
now.
enough, Pixel, but yeah, Bluey is amazing.
Yep. Hockey needs to watch more Bluey. Everything will be better. Yeah. Let's get some.
Well,
Different.
hopefully I don't drag your stream down. So
No, you'll be fine. Nobody's watching anyway. It's okay.
What are you talking about? You had Pixel. 80s is over at Shelby's right now, but you had 80s, Pixel Trader, Plagle, Birthday Dude.
Yeah.
Cat. You had quite a few people in your chat.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Stop underselling yourself there, J-Butt.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not your fault Shelby went live and stole your audience.
Yeah, it's true. Damn, Shelby. How dare you?
When he's not busy hanging out with 18-year-old boys, he's busy taking away your viewers. Yeah, Noah asked if I wanted the link. I'm like, dude, I can't. Like, as after topic was ended, I was like, dude, I can't. I'm like, I got surgery in the morning. I can't come on. That was funny. It's nice of him though.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm welcome anywhere anymore. So
Why do you say that?
You haven't been in the Discord, so
No.
No, I have not been in the
No.
Discord.
Where
So I
you
need to
come
go
up?
in the Discord?
There's a Discord.
Why do I
Who's Discord?
Do I need to read Discord?
Oh,
I hate reading things.
so if I'm. But anyway,
Matt will come around. He
well,
always does.
I don't think it's just Matt. I think it's Shelby and probably a few others too. So
Oh, are they in that group too?
no,
Shelby's in there, but he's not really in there that much.
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay too much attention on the Discord, honestly. I'm like, here's the link, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tune out when somebody says, join me on Discord. I'm like, what? No. I can't stand it. The UI is crap. It's a terrible user experience.
Yeah, it is kind of tough to work with. I'm like, what is happening here? On the bottom, you can hit next episode, sweetie. Tap the screen, and then on the very bottom, let me see. I'll show you. Bring it over here. Bring it over here.
she's up late.
She is up late. Bring it over here. You need to go talk to your mom. Look. Look. No, now we gotta put this down. You're gonna be in trouble with your mom. You're staying up this late. I gotta call for backup.
Bingo.
And I'm trying to sleep. I got that in my head. I'm like,
Mom, Dad. Like Dad's doing the sprinkler and
yeah. All right. Okay, so this is what I got for my pose right now. Let's see if I can. It's a little off because my table's sloped. I'm trying to. All right.
Yeah.
So she's running with a gun, but something looks weird. I don't know if her leg's too stubby or what the heck's going on.
What I would do is from the knee, come out and swing and bring her hip out further. And then maybe bring it to where it's just the bottom of her elbow. So
Okay, so have it come out here.
start with your knee. Start with your knee. Go down to the knee. And then follow your outside line to where it's sloping, but keep going outward. And then bring it around to, just come straight up. Follow that line, but then don't keep following it. Just keep going out more, and then bring that into to the elbow area.
So they're more like this then.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta draw darker so you guys can see it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's better. You can even come out even more than that, like make it more of an extreme curve.
Okay. So a streamer out from here. This part right here, the thigh area.
Yeah, the upper thigh. You want to fatten that out.
More like
there you go.
Okay. Dang, Eric's like, put some junk in that trunk, boy.
Well, your hips, the bones in your hips, typically line up with the shoulders.
Okay.
So you want to try to get wherever that hip bone is the closest to the skin. That's going to need to come out near where the shoulders are. That's it's like your hourglass. You taper in from the shoulders and the waist. Get your waist where the belly button's where the smallest part is, and then it widens out again into the hips.
This shoulder's supposed to be dropped higher than this one. It's supposed to be like this.
Yeah, you got to get that line of the clavicle where that's angled. That thing can turn. You can get some good angles out of that. Maybe that's what I should do with my YouTube, is do like a CG art school.
Dude, I'd love it.
Put my advanced degrees to work.
There you go. Yeah. And then just like, I mean, you could even just live stream it. You don't even have to edit it.
Right.
It's a neat thing with StreamYard or Melon or whatever. You just like, instead of streaming it, you just go click record, and it does everything just like a stream. It's just not live, and then you just upload it or something like that. But I would just do it live, because then you don't have to edit squat, dude. And if you need to do a short, then you could just do a quick short or something. I don't think where that comes. Top here. I think. Something like that.
Damn it.
How'd your surgery go, Jason? Was it good? Was it
Yeah, it went okay. Stupid
Pretty easy.
anesthesia. Maybe my stomach's still upset, but aside from that, everything's fine. Thank you.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
At least you didn't die on the table.
That I know of. Maybe this is all the afterlife.
Maybe this is death.
You never know.
You can join my career then.
Oh, shut up.
Your career.
Shut up. Shut your Rossi mouth.
You're fine.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad it went well.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it just sucks. I can't really do much art-wise.
Yeah.
I mean, I can try. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
It's a good dude. I just mess around digitally.
Well, that's the problem. The tablet is on an arm, and it's a little too high up for me to reach it.
Oh.
Yeah.
It does look better.
Probably you might be able to soon, like, get a little bit of movement in your arms. So.
Oh, so I gotta see
Hopefully.
what physical therapy says.
Yeah.
But I might be able to like do sketch cards or something at my computer desk here, because that's slightly low enough. I could get my arm up on the desk, but I could kind of type a little. That's why I was watching, streams. I really wasn't talking much at all, because I can't really say hi to people too much. So I was like, just wait off.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But yeah, it'll be all right. I already finished the line art for Frog, so at least
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it. I mean, it just sucks that I really need to get movement back though, because I got to ink the supplemental when Inkspots is done drawing it. So, but he's got a color Frog anyway, so it kind of works out.
It'll balance out. Yeah.
It'll balance out. I think by the time he's done with colors and drawn up some panels for the supplemental, that I'll be able to ink them digitally. So
Yeah.
if not, I can always save them to my iPad maybe and do them in Procreate.
There we go. That's
Oh,
nice.
okay.
Yeah, look at that. It's a better way out. You can see it.
I gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with this gun. Like, what? I'm gonna draw everything else first. Should have mapped this better, I think. Boobers. Whoa. I think you got a Phantom in the black. A Phantom in the black. Phantom in the back. A black Phantom.
Whoa.
Mr. Chad Townsend.
That was kind of like a
There
slip.
he is.
It was. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. You know, this intro's gonna be awesome. I just was like, blackity black, black.
It's a
Like, wait a minute.
Freudian promotion.
What kind of stream are you watching here?
Maybe I might need to rename this character.
Oh
my goodness.
What's going on, bud?
Nothing. Just got done watching the game with my wife and having a little dinner.
Did your team win?
What'd you have for dinner?
Astros won.
Right.
What was your grub? What'd you eat?
You're on camera so much.
Oh,
I'm surprised you
man.
come to your house.
So I've managed to, for like the last 2 weeks, eat really a lot better, a lot healthier. And tonight,
Nice.
I broke it though with a hamburger from Whataburger.
That's fine, dude. You gotta break it now and then.
Give yourself a cheat day. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
As long as it's not a cheat week.
right.
yeah. Anybody who even like anyone who talks about like diets or eating plans and stuff, they always say give yourself that treat because you'll fall off the wagon completely.
Well, I have not had a soda in like 2 weeks or more.
That's
Nice.
yeah. Soda's not really good for you.
No, I mean, gosh, I love Dr. Pepper though.
Mm.
So
I do the
difficult.
diet sodas.
Nope.
I like diets.
Yeah, I do.
Diet Dr. Pepper's delicious. It's the sweet one.
we avoid aspartame and sucralose.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
my
worse.
My wife gets triggered by migraines easily, so what we found is monk fruit and stevia are safe for her. So she gets she switched over to Zevia, which is a stevia-based beverage,
Right.
and she really likes it.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with stevia and Zevia, but I'm cutting out all other sugars other than honey.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good on ya. Good
Yep.
on ya, mate.
So I am having my coffee still.
That coffee's
So-
fine. You drink it
Awesome.
black?
Yep, I'm drinking it black
Yeah.
There you go.
Do it.
Now you just
Like a
have to have
man.
more now.
Black Phantom coffee.
Yes,
Black
that's what
Phantom coffee.
that's what I need. I need my own brand of coffee. Black Phantom brand.
It's the darkest roast.
Yeah, the darkest of the dark.
I'm actually I'm partnering with Luke Stone on. He's been looking into doing coffee, so I'm gonna try to do a Dreaded Dinosaur Man coffee, and it's gonna be a cherry whiskey or a cherry bourbon coffee.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, you need to do like a MERCmaid coffee.
Heck yeah.
Called crustacean.
Wait, I
Crustacean
need to-
coffee.
I'm gonna send that to Pixel right now because he left the stream.
Let's see.
Barnacle brand coffee.
Barnacle brew.
Barnacle brew. Barnacle beans.
There you go, barnacle beans. That's good. So you're getting closer to launch date, man. You
Dude,
excited?
it's scary. I'm like, I had to like totally scrap the printers I thought I was going with
Oh no.
because I learned something. A lot of these sites that you find that you think are printers are really just brokers and affiliates with
Yep.
printers, but they're not really the printer themselves. So they'll tell you anything you want to hear.
Yeah, we can do anything you ask.
Yeah.
So are you back to square one on printing, or?
I am, and I'm gonna be calling another two printers tomorrow. But I was given the info for Eric July and Ethan's printer directly this time.
Really?
Well, that's cool.
Yep.
Lucky duck.
How have you been, Fanta? I'm sorry I wasn't able to talk in on Hen's channel.
Hey, Fanta, thanks for tuning in.
But odds are I'm probably just gonna have to skip the chromium idea for right now, and
well, probably get the quote from the correct printer this time.
Yes,
and see what it is. But honestly, your first campaign out, I don't blame you.
Yeah,
I'm smarter.
I don't want to play it safe. I want to do the really insane thing and be in debt on a
for the rest of my life.
You know.
It would be cool to see a Black Phantom chromium.
Yeah, it would, but I mean, yeah, I just need to like realistically play it the way it needs to be played. And if I want to do a second chance campaign, I'll do it with the chromium if I can. So
yeah, I think that's the way to go about it, is to do like a second chance. That way you actually kind of have some excess money maybe after your campaign.
Yeah,
and you can get funded with the extra cost of the chromium. So
yep,
it's a smart move. And hey, I would back a chromium cover if it wasn't chromium before. So
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I would, dude. I think that's a good idea. Like I'm not too keen on like a second, like a like you have a campaign with like a couple different covers, and then you launch another campaign with 2 more different covers at the same. To me, it's like, okay, I don't know, but a whole different like material is a different concept then.
Eric, when is MERCmaid over?
We're ending at the end of Shark Week, which is middle of July, I think.
Because I want to make sure I jump in toward the tail, and I like getting in on the very beginning or the very end.
Oh yeah, well, that's where most people, I think, get on the sweet spots like that.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're ending Shark Week, and I'm gonna try to do a push for getting us to 15K so I can do the cocaine shark ash can. So I'll do a lot of like shark themed stuff to try to promote and push us there. Hopefully it'll work out. But
yeah, I saw the pages you were showing, and it looked cool.
Yeah.
I need to get in on that and Frog G.
Okay. Here's where I'm at on this one.
Yeah, look at that.
Beautimus.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's one of the original art pieces that they're selling on the campaign.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And as soon as my pencil light comes in, I can draw in the rest of this tomorrow. So the ship is sinking. So that's what's behind her, is this giant freighter. And Piper wrote it as a paneled page. And I'm like, dude, if somebody's going to buy, I'm talking to Pixels, like, if somebody's going to buy this page, and it's his first appearance of her in the book, it's got to be a splash page. Mm-hmm. So I adapted her script to where you're basically kind of reading, this is the end result here in the middle. This is where the panel finishes. So you've got her coming down to rescue him. You got the witch watching from the back. Here, there's going to be sharks circling his body. You'll see her up here. And then here's the sinking freighter. So there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the page around her. Mm-hmm. And yeah, as I was saying before you guys joined in, this is the third version of this page. I finally got a successful one between Pixel and I. Like, yeah, I think this is the layout. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
Cool.
Hey, Jason.
It made mine look.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
Fanta's asking a question. Do backers' numbers on IGG page reflect secret tier backers? Is that something only creators see?
Yeah, it does not reflect on the page the secret backers. It's only the the creators can see that at the back end. So if you see like 200 people back, little the MERCmaid, there might be like 250 with secret perks. You just don't see it. Well, that's from my comic. I'm going off of Indiegogo, but yeah. So on Indiegogo, you don't see the secret perk backers numbers in the total. So you go. Don't worry, Fanto. You backed it. You're good. I saw your backing. You're fine.
I think she was just interested. They might have been discussing that on Hen's Wacky Wednesday channel. I don't know.
I caught Hen for a few minutes. I hit the like button.
Yeah, me too.
What I was doing at the time. Oh, I was home. I was just janked up on
high as a kite.
Caffeine.
Caffeine, yeah. No, the anesthesia was still kicking my butt.
That's right. How you feeling right now?
I feel okay. Stomach I still have some indigestion from the anesthesia, but I feel all right because they gave me a nerve blocker and it lasts from like 18 to 24 hours after surgery. So yeah, so you don't really feel much in the site. So I'm feeling all right. And I haven't had to take any oxys yet, so it's good.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
I'll take maybe 3 or 4 tomorrow in one sitting. Then I'll feel really good. I'm kidding. I take prescribed.
Don't do a Heath Ledger.
You want me to just pound a bunch of pills and drink a bunch of whiskey?
Yeah.
I said don't.
Oh, don't. Oh,
Don't.
for a minute.
We need you more.
How can we establish this? I'm already dead. Can't die twice.
That's right. It's all an illusion.
It's all an illusion. This is the afterlife.
This is the Matrix. We're in the Matrix right now.
Matrix. We are in. I'm in the algorithm now. That's right. Reality is just a computer simulation. I'm in the simulation and aware of it.
You have been assimilated.
I'm gonna assimilate you.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what that means.
You sure you don't want to? You
board
sure you
thing.
want to assimilate me? You sure?
It's a board
You'll
thing.
be tainted. Remember,
Tainted by what? Shut up.
My name is Mud now, so.
That you are not a Primus song.
Yeah. Ding a ding 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 ding. That's how Brian Denham got famous.
Was his name being Mud?
No, he drew a comic called My Name is Mud, kind of based. He named it just because of the song, but it's completely different, and published it himself, and set up at Dallas Fantasy Fair, and Rob Liefeld discovered him there and immediately hired him.
That's really cool.
Yep.
I tell you what, Rob Liefeld has an eye for talent, man.
He does.
Just not big.
Wish he had an eye for artwork.
Rob Liefeld is a national treasure, sir.
Yeah, he's
According
the
to
new
Rob
Stan
Liefeld.
Lee.
I mean, honestly, to be honest, how if you listen to his podcast, how enthusiastic and how much he loves the comics.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
fine.
mean, dude,
He's
yeah.
awesome in that sense, but don't ever work with him or for
Oh.
him.
Yeah, I know too many people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would still have him do a cover for me.
Oh, hey, if he's like, Jason, we'll do a cover for your next book. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not going to turn it down. Are you kidding me? I'm not a fan, but other people are. I like his energy. He does do some good stuff. There's some stuff where I'm like, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. But I think he's better with pinups.
I worked for him for a while.
Oh yeah, Chad's worked with everybody.
Yeah.
Chad gives you the
Although
skinny.
I didn't, it was not in an artistic capacity either. I built, well, I guess you could say sort of. I built his website and maintained it at one time.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool though.
Yep.
Anything more to add to that, Chad?
Nothing without stirring a pot of doo-doo.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's here.
Doo-doo.
That's all right. I'd rather
It's
just
okay. It's
leave
okay.
it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool.
It's a credit
worse
for the
than me.
resume.
Yes.
It's a credit for the resume.
Yep. Well, I don't even have it on my resume.
Oh, okay.
That's good. How long ago was that?
Oh, I want to
Last week.
say 2008, 2009.
Oh wow, okay.
Okay. Now I have a problem.
Were you working on hockey?
I'm not sure yet. If it turns out I'm working on a fan piece for the Lucent, if it doesn't work out, I'm just practicing.
A whole lot of nothing.
It's a good plan.
It looks very lucent.
Oh
Yes.
there you go. Now that I'll draw something with my right hand, I'll just draw something for the Lucent and make it look even better than Bancroft stuff.
Oh,
Please.
Let's see.
Draw some hands.
I'll draw some hands, yeah.
Throw some hands.
Still could probably draw faster than Bancroft.
Well,
He's gonna be on with me on Sunday, with Angela and me. Gonna
he
talk
won't
about-
even reply back to me. I guess now my name is Muddy won't ever reply
Oh,
back.
shut up!
You guys have to fill me in. I don't even understand what's going on. This is my show.
yeah, I know.
It's nothing. It's a nothing burger.
Is it just hockey being hockey?
A little bit.
I know.
Yeah,
Matt hates me at the
no,
moment.
it's all right. It'll be
I think Matt hates a lot of people at every
I
moment.
know.
And then he's like, oh, okay, man. We're cool.
We had a great stream earlier.
Yeah, I watched it. Like I said, I can't type that well, so that's why I just typed it at the end. But yeah, it was good talking about Cyberfrog Red Planet.
It was
That's
yeah,
cool.
we totally flipped through it. He flipped through every single page of it. So way to go.
Well, I was honestly though he didn't spoil everything, which I'm surprised about because you told him not to.
Yeah,
But I was kind of hoping he would because I have a hard time reading things. So at least I was like, oh, at least I'll know what happens in the book, and I can just look at it when I get it.
yeah, that to me is such an important fact. I didn't want him to spoil because it's something that everybody talks about. I can't explain it without giving it away.
Without
But
spoiling it, right?
It's something that everybody talks about, and Ethan even talks about quite a bit. And then when you read it, you're like, "Oh, damn!" So it's kind of a good
I'll have
moment.
I'll have one of y'all tell me what it is behind the scenes. That way, nobody gets spoiled by it. Maybe in just
Sure, I'll do it after.
Yeah.
I haven't got it, so I can't.
Yeah, I wouldn't want anyone on the panel to know, but I want to read it. I really do, but I'd have to take my phone out and use a magnifying glass and read each panel by panel. It's so much of a hassle. It takes me like 3 hours to read it.
You need to buy one of those lights with the magnifier in it. You know.
Yeah,
those drawing
I have
lamps.
to zoom in. I have to zoom in pretty well to read it.
Would
Yeah.
this is an honest a question. Would it be helpful if someone did a recording of them reading it?
Yeah,
So
you
you
do
could
that, Hockey.
I would if Jason wants me to. I
And
would.
No, I wouldn't
then-
ask people to do that. That's too much.
And then Cyberfrog was stung with his pounding Vespas.
Just the dialogue. I wouldn't read the
Needle.
I'd just read the dialogue. I'd do that.
Yeah, you won't describe it to him, you know.
Jason can see the pictures. He just can't read the words. So.
I can, like I said, it's just more of a process. And maybe I will. Maybe I'll go through. I did it with Tropical Magics. I did it, and it takes a while, but I'll do it if I'll read Chad's book. I'll probably have to buy 2 copies because one will get totally destroyed.
I'll do old man font for you. Like
old man font.
Do an
72
old people. Yeah, do an old people edition so they can read it. So it's covering up all the.
Honestly, it's what kind of gave me an idea of doing like a motion comic, like having someone animate the comic and do like somebody talking over it and like reading the dialogue and characters. I was like, that would actually be cool because other people would probably still want that though. That's not a bad idea, but
motion comics have been around since
they've been around a while.
I can remember,
but
like,
I haven't seen a crowdfunder do it.
I remember one time when Neil Adams was like, I came up with this great idea, and it was motion comics, and it had already been done. Like he acted like he invented it. It's like, no,
they had the Watchmen ones, the Watchmen motion comics.
Heck, the old Thor and Captain America cartoons were motion comics, man.
We had those too.
They're like, we got no budget, man. Here,
they're fighting. Just spin it around.
There you go, Jason. It wouldn't just be for you; it'd be for Fanta. So I could do it.
A lot of anime.
I just don't have the books. That's all.
A lot of anime is like that. It's just mouth flaps and pose changes.
Oh my gosh! If you're on Netflix and you watch Way of the House Husband, it's the most limited. It's basically an animatic.
Yeah, I think didn't the creator want it done that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you can't do an anime, but you can do a motion comic, is what he pretty much said.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fanta, I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I actually would love to do stuff like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Well, the thing is, like, also I don't
like Louis' dad, so it'd be great.
I don't expect it like a motion comic to be like, because like there's like 3 people maybe that can't read them. You know what I mean? It's a very limited audience.
You should ask different comic skaters and Ethan and everybody if you could just do an audio book version, and then you hit ding to change the page. Ding, like the old children's books.
Yeah.
Ding,
when you hear the ding, turn the page. Sorry, Eric. What?
Flip the tape over.
Yeah. Flip the tape over.
It's going to be hockey ruckspin.
Yes. I know. I'd probably have to get a little bit of voice training, but to do it properly. But I've always liked the idea of it. I think it's. At one point, I did want to do voice acting, and I went to a weekend class, but that was just radio announcements, like doing ads for radio. And I didn't really learn anything out of that, so unfortunately,
they got your money though.
It was a fun weekend, but I got you. But and I'm just going, that was in the city, and I live in a country town, so I thought, the opportunities aren't as big here for stuff like that. But
I know. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
I was going to say, I know I brought it up before on here, or somebody might have heard me say it, but back in around 1980, like when Nickelodeon first started, they were only on the air during the day. So like when the sun went down, Nickelodeon went off the air, and it became A&E network. But they had a show that was on back then during the day, and I can't remember the title of it, where they would go panel to panel, and a guy would do voiceover of all the balloons and read the dialogue, and you would hear sound effects and stuff and music.
Yeah.
And it was completely edited that way. And they mainly focused on Green Lantern, the Sugar and Spike comics, and the Great Mouseketeers. Those 3 comics. And
sounds cool.
It was really cool to sit and watch the guy read Flash comics. It was really neat. And the beginning of the opening sequence to introduce the show had nothing to do with what the show was about whatsoever. It was just some kid. It was some kid running around with his dog throwing a frisbee, and the dog flying through the air and catching the frisbee to the Flight of the Valkyries music.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I think you can still find some of those on YouTube if you like really dig for it. Makes me want to dig for it now.
Dig it! I'm gonna find it.
Let's see.
Where'd my reference? I closed my reference window.
Why'd you do that?
Oh man, it was even earlier than 1980. It was 1979 Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember it. I was a year old. Not even, actually.
When? 1979.
Yeah, cable's been around a long time.
Frog, were you a 78 baby too?
Yeah, 78.
Nice.
I was born in 73.
73. Old man Chad.
Yep, 50 years old.
You are older than me, but younger than my wife.
Nice.
There it is.
I am 4 years older than my wife, and I never let her forget it.
My wife is 5 years older than me, so.
Oh yeah, they used to do Firestorm too. Is one of the comics they read.
Oh, that's cool.
There's quite a few motion comics that are on Tubi, the streaming channel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We all can hear it.
Yeah, I found the commercial for it, but I have not. Is the promotion, not the actual intro. Let's see, video comics. Let's see if I can hunt this sucker down.
Was that you, Jason? Was that your phone going off?
Negative, Ghost Rider. That was at 11. That was Chad's. He was watching
Yes.
that thing.
Oh, was it? Don't you have a Star Wars theme sound as well, Jason?
Negative,
I
Ghost
thought
Rider.
you did. Okay.
What am I, some
like
kind of
little-
nerd? Star Wars?
Yeah. Well, I look like hockey.
Is it the Top Gun theme?
You got me.
Nice.
Highway to the danger zone.
Whatever the basic alarm is for Samsung.
I thought you had. I thought you had one. I thought you had a.
No, it just sounds like a
Yeah.
Ah.
Mine too.
yeah. I remember I was on with Shay. She heard it and she's like, she thought it was hers. Will heard it. He's like, my ex-wife has that. It brought back nightmares.
Yeah.
So yeah. So everybody has that ringtone.
When doesn't Will talk about his ex-wife?
No comment.
He's going through it right now, so he's dealing with all that crap right now. So
Oh, it ain't my fault. I don't need to hear about it. Shit.
I know.
It ain't my
I know.
fault.
I think
I know, I'm just teasing.
it's fresh on his mind and everything, so it's just happens. a constant thing.
I gotta fix this foot. Do something with that thing. Understandable. I guess I'll let it
Yeah,
slide.
I do too. So, it's just good. It's good to see him back around again, though. So.
Oh yeah, it is, man.
He kind of disappeared and shunned everyone. Like he was.
I don't
he got
think it was
pretty
by
rough
choice.
with a lot of people. So.
I don't think it was his choice, though.
Yeah. So he's but I think he's apologized to everyone and yeah, he just
Like Matt says, like, yeah, you were like in a pocket dimension. You just came back.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
So
I
no,
found
it's
a
good
whole.
to-
Oh, go ahead. I found
Oh,
a whole
no.
episode without the intro, and they're reading a Bernie Wrightson Swamp Thing.
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
Wow.
I have Swamp Thing number 2. I don't have the first one. I'm gonna send it off to get graded. Yeah, I picked it up in the mid-90s.
One of my big regrets in comics was not wanting to bother Barry Wrightson and get a signature on a book because I didn't want to bother him, and then he died like 3 months later.
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, he
Tampa Bay is like.
He was signing books while he was in the hospital. Like it was
Oh, was
crazy. Yeah, there's a photo of him in the hospital, like, and he's just
wow.
like signing away. Like wow, that's,
Stan Lee's guys got to him, huh?
I don't think it was that. But I think it was more the fact that he just loved his fans. But
I've got a print by him on my wall.
yeah, you're gonna send it to me next month. You said.
Yep.
I was looking to somewhere that I could get that print so I could have it on my wall. So.
Chad has it. Just get it from Chad.
Which one is it?
I'll see you on my wedding night. It's a larger size print, and I know I said this on on Matt's stream earlier, but a good friend of mine who has since passed away owned the Frankenstein cover and 4 other plates from that book, and he sold them 2 years before he passed away, which was about 10 years ago. And yeah, he sold his whole collection for $2 million and then died 2 years later.
Well, he enjoyed that money though.
Can't take it with you.
Sort of. He owned every major piece that the studio guys created. Like Bernie Wrightson, Barry Smith, Jeffrey Jones, Kaluta. He owned like all the big pieces that they were known for at that era. But that Frankenstein cover is really not as big as you would think it is. It was almost like 3 11x17s together.
Still pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it was just a tad shy of being that wide. So.
Oh, okay.
It's like what, 24 by 36?
Something like that. Yeah. But it's not anywhere as big as my print that I have on my wall. And the paper was kind of discolored. It wasn't bright white. It was like an off-white, a little bit yellowish.
Well, from age or?
I would say age, but then it was like, yeah, maybe he just didn't have good paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
But the interesting thing is the plates, the 4 other pieces that he did have from that book, the paper was really white.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it might have been that paper.
So he spent about $100,000 or maybe more for that cover and to get it from Bernie.
And sold for $2 million.
And then sold the collection for $2 million.
Right.
Yeah.
That's that's a pretty good profit margin.
But he didn't. So he didn't. I can spill the beans on my friend Henry. He owned 2 diners here in Houston, and his collection was huge. And I first got to see it when he invited me and Frank Cho to his house one night to hang out and check it out. But after that, he started inviting me more when he got to know me, and he was always getting paintings from Jeffrey Jones all the time up until Jeffrey passed away. And so he invited me in the house. He says, "Come back here," and he pulls out the stack of cash and opens up this massive safe he had in one room of his house, and sets it on a shelf that is full, like it's like taller than you are, this safe, from front to back, of stacks of cash, like top to bottom in this in this thing. I'm like, dude, you're not putting any of this in the bank? What the hell is wrong with you? Like, but
And then he was like, "Chad, you want to smuggle coke for me in this balloon up your butt?"
No, he wasn't like that. He was this Chinese American that with the thickest Texas accent you had ever heard in your life. You know, his parents owned a grocery store here in Houston. An interesting thing that occurred to me one time, this friend of mine who owns a comic shop, he got a hold of a ton of these like fanzines for like San Diego Comic-Con way back in the 70s and 80s, like before they were like really nicely printed books, just showing off photos from conventions, and had their articles and junk. And Henry, this guy, was in tons of photos at these conventions, hanging out with like the biggest people of the time. And I was just blown away.
That's wild.
Yep. But he knew everybody. Everybody knew him. Frank Frazetta knew who this guy was. He kept trying to buy a painting from Frank for years, and Frank would never balk. Like, never. It was because his wife was never wanting him to sell the paintings.
Everything I have is for sale. What you like is for sale.
Yeah.
Everything.
You like it? Buy it.
I was at.
You mean?
Go ahead. No, finish.
I insist, sir.
I was just gonna go into this Frank Frazetta story. I remember.
Oh, definitely do that. That's more important.
Yes.
It's talking about his wife. You know, she was notorious for not letting people get autographs from Frazetta, and if she did, she wanted a lot of money for it. Way back in the early 90s, like I guess 91. And one of the most famous stories about her was how this kid at San Diego Comic-Con got an autograph and walked off and got away. And she chased this little kid down and made him pay for the autograph.
Little kid?
Yeah, this little kid. And so I'm working at a comic shop at the time, and I'm trying to get work as an inker, and I was assistant to a lot of inkers around the Image Boom era. And I'm at San Diego, and my boss sold a lot of original art and comics, and Frazetta stopped by the table, and he was just checking out what artwork we had. You know, he was eyeing it or whatever, and this teenager walks up and asks for Frank's autograph, and he stops and he turns around and checks over both his shoulders, looking in all directions, and then he signs this autograph for this teenager. He goes, "Okay, but just don't tell my wife I did this."
That's
awesome.
Nice.
He was so paranoid his wife would find out. Like,
Didn't want her chasing
Well.
down another kid.
Yeah.
That's cool. See, that's I like
crazy.
that. That's,
Yeah.
They love the fans, you know.
Yep.
And the wife, they loves the monies.
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that too. But that people usually weren't charging for autographs back then. Like I got a bunch of autographs because they were free back then.
No, Ellie was one of them. I don't know, man. I don't know if you saw my Twitter post the other day. It was somebody was asking like, what's the most memorable moment you ever had with a comic artist? And some of them were positive, but then all the dirt started coming out on this thread. Like Palmiotti was talking about a bad experience. And my worst experience ever was at that time. It was like 92, right around the time Death came out. And Chris Pacello drew it. So working for the shop, went to the convention, and I had a dealer's badge as, you know, either you're an artist or a dealer, right?
Right.
Or a celebrity. You get a celebrity badge. And I brought my copy of Death #1 with me to go get signed by Chris Pacello. And I go to the table, go to get it signed, and he took one look at my dealer's badge, and he and his wife shredded me apart with like every 4-letter word you can think of, and accusing me that I was just going to go back to the table and sell it and all this other stuff. And I was just caught breathless, like going, but no, this is literally my copy I brought from home. I'm a huge fan, Mr. Pacello, and oh man, it was such a horrible experience.
Yeah, I could see where they're coming from.
I get it, but at the time, I still makes me so mad when I think of it. And ever since then, I've never ever sought out an autograph from a comic artist ever since then.
Not one?
Nope.
Wow, dude.
If you sign the book, you sign it on your own, you know, but I'm not asking for it.
Wow, I hunt them down, man. Back then, we would go to cons like in the Northeast, you know, all across the Northeast to get signatures. And we even, my brother had a Make-A-Wish, and we went out to San Diego in '92. So got a few signatures there. I even had Stan Lee sign a Thor Spectacular book, which regrettably sold. Somebody sold 20 years ago. But yeah, so I mean, I wanted to get Jack Kirby's autograph, but he's like, yeah, I can't sign because if I sign, everybody else will want one. And then here, there was like a little event for his birthday, and they went to cut the cake, and he was shaking so bad that his wife had to help him cut it. Right. So I think it was more or less the fact that he was shaking so much that he really didn't want to sign anything. And,
that could have been it.
Yeah, it was still pretty cool. I met Jack Kirby, but
wow, that is really cool.
Yeah. You know, I even appreciated who he was back then. But yeah, so I hunted everybody down. I got quite a good, decent stack of signed books.
No mercy.
I've got a lot of signed books, but I'm just saying it tainted it for me.
Yeah.
The thrill of getting the autograph is not there for me.
I get both sides of that story. Like, I get where you're coming from because you were defending yourself. You're saying, look, this is mine. Like, you know, that's not your fault. You're a dealer. But I also see where he's coming from, where he sees the dealer badge. He's like, yo, you're just trying to flip this, dude.
Yep.
So, but he could have treated you better.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah. So, there's a couple arguments to be made. But yeah, almost, I would say, every creator I met was been pretty cool. Even Byrne, because he really wasn't mean or nice. He just signed my book. Like,
no, only 2 artists were ever mean to me: Pacello and Arthur Adams.
Well, that's not surprising.
But John Byrne was awesome to me when I was a kid. He came to my local comic shop when I was a kid, and I'm not sure how old I was, like 12 or 14, somewhere around there. And nobody showed up to the signing. I'm like one of the only ones. I know.
That's
and
crazy.
And I rode there on my bicycle, and I had a few of his books, and I just was hanging out with him, and he goes, "Hey, is this all the books of mine that you have?" I said, "No, I only just brought what I really wanted to get signed." He goes, "Why don't you go home and go get everything you want to get signed and bring it?" And I went and had an entire long box. I had to beg my mom to drive me back up there with this long box. And John Byrne sat and signed every one of my books that I had.
Wow, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So I've got like tons of Fantastic Four and all these other books, and he signed them all inside like they used to do old school.
Yep. Yeah, he signed some inside.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Do you still have them all?
Yep.
Nice. That's a good. I only have Next Men signed because that's all I really had by him. I mean, I had other stuff, but I didn't have it with me. So I just have a lot of the Next Men books signed by him, which they're still cool. I'm never selling them. They're mine.
He did sign some on the cover, and I think it was only, I can't remember why though, but he would sign it because he drew the little Spider-Man that was in the bottom, the USP or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
The where the barcode was.
Mm-hmm.
He would sign some of those, but
I might like I have a lot where he signed on the interiors, but yeah, I think I might have one or two where the cover is signed. But like you said, I don't know why either because it was at the same convention. So I don't know if it's just a particularity of his, like a specific books he would do that or what.
Right. So. Yep, I think it was the first few people I ever met that worked in comics were Doug Hazelwood, who was the inker for a lot of Superman books back in a long time ago. He won the Marvel talent search, the book he did.
Mm-hmm.
It was like he and Mark Bagley were the two winners of that contest. I met him, and I met John Byrne, and then first convention I ever went to, I met Kelly Jones and Alan Grant, who were sitting together.
Oh, wow.
And to me, that was like one of the most memorable experiences I ever had meeting those two guys. And that's a good story too, because there's another one kind of just like the John Byrne story. I'd never been to a comic convention before, and I brought every book I had of Kelly Jones and Alan Grant's, and it was over a long box. It was like a lot, right?
Yeah.
And my dad drove me, and my friend, and we get to the con or whatever, and I brought a handful of books in. I realized I don't want to lug this long box around with me. It's so huge. Ain't got nothing to wheel it around on. So I just handpicked what I really wanted. And I get in this line in front of their table, and Alan's signing my books, and this guy walks up with like 3 copies of like I forget which book it was. I want to say it was the Kelly Jones Dracula book or whatever.
Red Rain.
Yeah. And there were hardbacks. And
I had that.
And so the guy goes to Alan, he goes, "Could you hurry up and sign these so you can sign my books? I gotta," he's acting real impatient. And Alan like stopped, like he was signing, and he looked up at the guy. He kind of glanced over at Kelly, and then he looked at me. He goes, "Hey, is this all you brought with you? These all the books you brought with you?" I went, "No, I've got a long box out in the car, the trunk." And he goes, "Go get them. I'll wait." And he crossed his arms.
Oh my gosh.
And so I went out with my dad, got the long box, and brought them in. And he and Kelly had us sit behind the table, and we hung out, and he signed everything I had. He and Kelly.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and I never forgot it. And anytime I saw Alan Grant at a convention, I loved the guy to death because he wrote one of my favorite Batman stories, as stupid as it was when I was a kid in Detective, where Batman gets this brand new Batmobile and he pulls up to a light, and this Ferrari pulls up next to him and challenges him to a race. And he's like, no, I don't want to race. And the guy takes off anyway. So Batman ends up in this hot pursuit, chasing this guy in a Ferrari.
Chasing down. Oh my goodness.
To chase him down. So anyway, I used to see Alan quite a bit when I was younger at conventions, and he'd always remember me. And then
nice.
Just about a year or two ago, I've got in touch with Kelly Jones and told him who I was, and he goes, "Oh my God, you're that kid? We still tell this story to this day, like all the time."
That's so
awesome.
And last time I talked with Kelly, or one of the last times I talked with Kelly, I was like, "Hey, dude, how do I get in touch with Alan Grant? Because I want to see if I can't get him to edit and write the dialogue for Black Phantom, you know, just to kind of clean me up." And not right about then, Alan Grant passed away.
Oh.
Man, I was so heartbroken.
Yeah, he sounds like he was a cool dude.
He was such a great guy. One of the
What is that? What did the dude who told you to hurry?
Oh,
told him to hurry up. What happened to
yes,
him?
I forgot that. I forgot that part. Thanks for reminding me. So the guy saw me come back with the books or whatever, and he took off, and then he came back and brought those same books. And back in that time, you know, a lot of people were really into the paint pens and stuff, you know, to get signatures. And so Alan was opening each book and would sign it at the top of the book on the inside cover, like just at the top of the page. I don't know what you call that page. There was like, it's just the insert
page?
sheet. It's an insert sheet.
Yeah.
So he signed it with a paint pen, turn around, and would shove it in that guy's hand where his thumb would smudge it right on the page.
Oh, no.
And he did it like to all the books to this guy on purpose.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so funny. That's a boss move, dude.
It was. I was just sitting here, my eyes got so big, you know.
That's amazing.
So thanks for reminding me, Hockey.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
The
Kelly
things
Jones
you can
is one of my
do, like
favorites.
if you're like a creator, and it's just as simple, like, you know what, man, give me your, yeah, man, like, and just change, you know, simple stuff that you do for just people that are fans of your stuff, man. You just like change their life forever and give them nice stories that they
It
can
was
tell.
one of the most cool, positive experiences I ever had, and I've even told Kelly though, it really, the way they treated me helped really influence me a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's Chad Story Hour.
There you go. You have the best stories, Chad.
Nice.
Oh, I
Yeah,
got
those are-
tons of them. Tons of
Yeah,
them.
I can go on for days.
Go
No,
on
those
for
are-
days.
yeah, like I said, Kelly Jones, one of my favorites. I love his stuff, dude.
He's-
When I saw those Batman books, though, I was blown away. I'm like, these are insane. These are
forget.
so cool.
He made a post last week, and I can't remember what he said, but I sent it to Donald, the Twitter post. And I go, look, Kelly's letting his CG show. His CG is showing.
He Ethan interviewed him, I think, before he was in CG, or before Ethan was in CG. But He was on one of the older streams, and he was using Zoom at the time. But yeah, it was a cool interview too. And Kelly drew on like this giant, like paper pad, like he had it on the easel, and he just started drawing on it. I'm like, it was insane how quick and amazing it was. I'm like,
Yep.
dude, so good.
You saw my Sandman he drew me at that convention, right?
Negative Ghost Rider.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I want to grab it real quick.
I love Kelly Jones, so good.
Yeah, at the time I didn't appreciate his covers on it was Batman, right?
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah. Now I'm like, oh, that was so fun and so neat to like look at, and it was so different, you know. At the time, though, when you're a kid and you're into like all the X-Men stuff, you like don't realize it, how like
See-
neat some of that stuff is because it's different, you know.
Well, see, that's where I was fortunate because my brother had Spider-Man, my other brother had X-Men, and I had all the off titles like Thor, New Warriors, like all this weird stuff that they weren't looking at. So I was looking at like even the independent stuff. So when I saw Kelly, I was like, this is amazing.
All right, he didn't do it. He didn't do it that convention. He did it another convention for me. But
Make him
Let's
big,
make
please.
it big. Boing, boing. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at
I was thinking
Beautiful.
Spider-Man Sandman for some reason. Yeah, I bet you he knocked that out real quick, huh?
about 5-10 minutes.
I
Yeah.
hate him. So good.
But yeah,
so
90,
fun.
92.
That's awesome, man.
You can tell he has the bat silhouettes down. He's like, "Burp, burp, 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 burp."
Yep.
And it looks so cool.
So cool.
Yeah, the man's a master.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah,
Thanks for
I need to razor this out and frame it. Oh, look, here's a Sergio.
Oh, get out of here.
Oh, dude.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yep.
I like one of the. I was watching. What was it? That Stan Lee show where he's talking with the artists and stuff.
Oh yeah, the comic book rights.
Yeah, and then he had Sergio on there, and I'm like, oh god, like, just like I don't know. I'd like to see an artist edition of his stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying
Chad,
to buy
have
the
you seen-
book.
Have you seen Plagle's Tim Burton turkey hand?
Look,
or hand sketch? Yeah, it's a hand.
Nope.
It's Tim Burton's hand.
Look what that says right there.
Oh, I can't read it, dude. What's it say? Someone read it for Hockey. Read it for me.
Julius Schwartz.
Julie Schwartz, man.
Yeah.
He was the head editor of DC Comics.
Yep. That's cool.
Yep, there's Mark Schultz right there. Dick
Oh.
Giordano right down here.
Sweet. It would have been cool if you had Charles Schultz.
Brett Breeding. There's Scott McCloud. Scott McCloud. Let's see, who else? I can't even read those. Mark Schultz. Here's Chris Sprouse. Did a little head sketch for me.
Look at that.
Matt Wagner.
Oh, cool.
Oh, dude. Wagner's Grundle is so good.
Yep. My friend Keith Wilson. He was an inker for a long time. What?
Nice.
Let's see, who else? Who else is on there?
Yeah, I do free comic
Oh.
book day every year, and there's always
Peter
a guy
David.
Ooh. There's a mini sketchbook, and I've drawn something in it every time. Let me see the Peter David.
Oh, you didn't want me to show you? You wanted to see the Peter David?
Yeah, what's the Peter David?
It's hard to see. See, it's a light.
Oh yeah,
it's a
it is hard to see.
He drew a lightning bolt. It's in silver ink, so I have to hit it for right angle. But he drew a storm. Get it? Cloud with a lightning bolt.
That's pretty fun.
Yep. I think this is. Oh yeah. Chris Claremont and Ron Lim.
Nice. Yeah, I got Claremont's on X-Men #2.
But he wrote. Look, he wrote a no symbol on the X-Men.
Yeah, dude, I had him sign X-Men #2 with Jim Lee's signature was already on it, and he's like, "Oh, you got this signed by Jim." I mean, Claremont signed it still, obviously, but it's a beat-up copy, and it didn't get a high grade at all. But it's mine, keeping it. Yeah, he was cool though. Claremont was a nice guy.
Supposedly,
he's a nice guy.
He's now back in charge, or he's in charge of the X office now.
He's over at the X office. Thank goodness. Hopefully, it'll improve.
Yeah, thank you.
But he's still got to answer to higher ups, so you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
I thought Michael Bancroft was onto his third book. No, he's only onto his second.
Yeah, it's just second book.
Oh, I thought he was on his fourth.
No, it just seems that way because it's been that many years.
Yeah. Well, he had a second cover for the first book, and I thought that was the second book. So
he's had 3. Well, he also did that not only as a second chance, but I think he was also trying out his website, seeing how the crowdfunding would go over there and stuff like that. But then the Lucid 2 looks like it's a different layout. It looks more like a pre-order system than an actual crowdfunder. Nothing wrong with it. He's doing good.
His original pages are super expensive.
Really?
Yeah. Well, $700 and something Australian. So what's probably $500 US for
I think it might be because he doesn't do traditional that much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, they're not as much as Ethan's pages were.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like that's really expensive.
They're not as much as our Jedi's. I think those are going for like 700. Maybe they're 5. One of the two. I know they're.
What is this piece selling for, Eric?
200 for the pages on the campaign.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
nice.
That's what they
price.
usually are, around 200. Yeah, see, that's a reasonable price.
That's
a
good deal.
really good price, but
That's a good price.
It is, yeah.
I think
Especially for
Bancroft's
that
got,
piece right there too.
Yeah.
I think Bancroft's got celebrity.
I don't know. I think you should ask for twice that, Eric.
Pixel set the pricing.
All right.
Yeah, it's like Inkspot set the price.
So can I give you like? Can I just give you like 200 now? Or like?
No, Inkspot set the pricings on the covers that we have. I'm like, dude, that's way too much money. And the only one that sold so far is Irene's. No surprise.
Do you do layaway?
You take post-dated checks, sir.
I'll come and do some yard work. How about that?
Can I pay in bottle tops? I have a lot.
I will give you a couple X-Men books for that. How about that? It might be worth 100 each. Is that good? Can I do that?
Yeah. See, it just seems kind of low. And I'm
Bags of spice.
Like Lucent. And well, you think it's high, but I don't think it's so bad actually.
Oh, full. Yeah.
But back in the early 90s, like Hellboy pages started out at 200 from the first issues. I know because I almost bought one and I had to choose between that or a Monkey Man and O'Brien page.
I would have chose Hellboy. Although yeah, Monkey Man and O'Brien's pretty dope. No, I think we have our original pages at 200, and I think it's actually like 225 because you get the book too. But yeah, I don't know. I find 200. Main reason being it's affordable for some people, for most people, actually, in a way. You know, more than. But I understand charging higher ups, more for what it's worth, actually, because like some of those pages are well worth more than 200. But I don't know. I'm not stickler on it. Maybe one day I'll charge.
Depending on the page, yeah. That's it.
But I guarantee you those Hellboy pages are about 30 grand now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely would have picked up the Hellboy page.
It's like any of those
tough.
other things, like you're looking for $1,000 at least. So
It was tough because I'm a bigger Arthur Adams fan than I was Mignola at the time. You know.
Like I said, I do like Art Adams, man, but I like the stylization of Mignola a little bit more.
I could never get into Mike Mignola.
Yeah.
Too blocky.
Too blocky, too oversimplified. I don't know. I put Mike's work where Frank Miller's work is now.
Yeah.
It's just too much deconstructionism for my tastes.
That's nothing wrong with that.
It's interesting. Mike Mignola, when he did Cosmic Odyssey at the time, I couldn't stand the way it looked, but now I love it. I think it's way better. It's just better work, in my opinion. But
Stuff's more graphical. I like it.
But Arthur Adams, that's my man, my favorite. I've got.
I would love to have a Godzilla by Arthur Adams.
Yeah, me too. At the time, that Godzilla cover, the very first one he did, was for sale, and it was like $800 to $1,000 at that time. Now you'll pay $20,000 for it.
Yeah, easily, yeah.
But I have a Monkey Man O'Brien page. I have a Gumby Winter or Summer Fun. I can't even remember. I have one of the Gumby pages, but it's probably my favorite page out of the two books anyway. And I paid $100 for it. And then
I've got my favorite. What was you saying?
Keep going.
Oh, I was gonna say this is my favorite sketch that I own.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
I met Herb in Baltimore, and he loved my Heisenberg fan art that I did, so he traded me that for this sketch.
Nice.
That's cool.
And we talked about how much we hate the government and taxation.
That's funny. I also have the thumbnails to an entire issue of Danger Girl that Arthur Adams drew.
Oh wow!
And the thumbnails are super tight. The only thing missing is like little details, like the cross hatching and that.
I have a lot of CG art, but I also have a lot of Jonathan Wayshak art. That's what I mostly have.
Jonathan Wayshak.
Yeah, I got a couple Wayshaks. I got a gouache piece. I also have a page from Call of Duty Zombies. So I was an idiot and didn't buy art back in the day. I mainly just got signatures. But then again, I was like 12. You know, I didn't have like $80 to spend on a original.
Nope. That's how I was.
Yeah.
I used to, like, the most expensive page at that time that I bought was a Travis Charest Wildcats X-Men page. And I paid $400 for it.
Worth way more than that.
Well, it used to mystify me though, because at the very top of the page it said Travis Charest and you don't want to know !
What?
And I never could understand that, so I started asking around, and some of the Wildstorm guys were saying, yeah, he didn't quite draw all the pages in that book because he was so behind on the deadline. So he probably only really drew the first 10 pages and a bunch of the faces. I was like, oh man.
So you might have one where it's the you don't want to know.
Well, yeah, I don't have it anymore. I've got a high-res scan of it because my wife and I were so desperate for money around the time I was working for a certain famous comic artist.
Full circle.
And I had to sell it, and I got $4,000 for it. So
Hey, yeah, it hurts, but you need it. Yeah.
Sold it on eBay to a guy that works in the animation industry. Funny thing.
Hey, look at that. That's pretty
now cool. He's got the mystery page.
He's got the mystery page. Well, I mean, like you said, Travis might have drawn like the faces, or maybe even laid it out, real quick or something.
Angela Curry says hi, by the way.
Hey, Angela Curry.
Hello, Angela.
Hello. Thanks for tuning in.
Ooh, fellas, I'm gonna have to hit the sack.
Sounds good. I can't believe it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
From over here it is. So I think it's time to let's go ahead and wrap it up. I'm ready for bed too.
I'm glad to
My
help
kid's still
close
not.
it all out and entertain everybody and
start the show, Chad.
Best stories.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and
That's great.
let's make Eric
Yeah, look
big
at
there
that.
so we could take a look at his piece. Man, that is
Oh,
sick.
it's so good, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you want that $200 now or after the stream, or like how's that gonna work?
Whoever buys the page on the Fund My Comic first, this is what they're getting.
No, Eric, it really sucks. I'll give you $10 for it.
You don't want to put that up on his website and
Yeah,
embarrass
yeah.
yourself.
Exactly. Let's see. Okay. So what else? So funmycomic.com is what it's on, right?
Correct.
AR-13L, the little MERCmaid. 20 days to go. It is funded. You can get a digital copy for $10. You can get the physical edition for 20. You have 4 different covers, I want to say here. Yeah, 4 different covers to choose from. Awesome. Get sketch cards from Nerd Wonder. Okay. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. So make sure you check out Fun. I started looking at the campaign. I forgot I was streaming. Funmycomic.com, and you can search the Little MERCmaid, and it'll actually come up. You could find stuff on Fun My Comic. So make sure you guys go check out funmycomic.com. Awesome layout. I think we'll go ahead and we'll jump to hockey next here. If you got anything to plug or anything you want to talk about, go for it, my man.
No, not
Do
really.
it. Hockey, this is like a Michelangelo kind of thing going on.
I don't know. It's still rough. I'm still trying to work it out. But yes, hello everyone. I am Mud. You can find me in the gutter.
Everyone go sign up for Curiosity's Emporium, the dress currently on Indiegogo. Help get hockey sources.
You know, that's a really good title, actually, Hockey in the Gutter. Or Gutters, because it's like a comic book, like the Gutters. Yeah, in the Gutters.
I do have a comic coming. Sign up at the moment on Indiegogo. It is about a lady who buys a dress, and when she puts it on, she's teleported through time to the 1920s, where she eventually finds out there is a murder that she tries to solve and save the victim. So coming soon. Please check it out.
All right, we're gonna go next with Jason. Jason, what do you got going on?
I have a book called Frog G, as well as Goblin Girl on Indiegogo. Go back them both.
Ooh, back them.
All right.
I actually
back 'em
don't
both.
have Goblin Girl. That's damn Plagueis, but go back it anyway.
Go back it. Back them both. Back them twice. Mr. Chad with the best stories around.
Oh yes, I'm launching the Black Phantom on July the 10th, and nervously on the wire now, trying to make sure I get a printer locked down before then. I don't have to, but I would like to get a particular type of cover locked in. So
nice.
Please show up.
Can't you sign up on isn't there a mailing list on your website?
There is a mailing list on my website at the bottom of the page. It's really easy to get to. Go to chadtownsend.com, which is right up there.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. You want to find my stuff? MightyBot Studio.
MightyBot.
It's over there.
.com. You can go check out that stuff there. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, merchandise, all that stuff.
Merchandise.
Get a cup, drink some drinks, have a good
They're
time.
kind of watching you on YouTube,
I
right?
thought it was one of those baseball cups you put in your pants.
If you want, if you're a gambling man and you like living on the edge, you can go for it. All right, guys, I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Bye, everybody.
Bye.